My cup, Michael. It's just running everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all over the place.
It's
just,
overflowing.
Oh my God! It's not half empty or half full. It's like triple full. It's everywhere.
The sippy cup did not help.
Holy crap! I swear to God, this February has been the most like fertile month of news ever. It's just like, here's Nintendo Direct. Here's another Nintendo Direct. Here's another Nintendo Direct. Here's a Sony State of Play. Here's a bunch of news on top of that. So
yeah, I keep forgetting, and things keep coming out.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there going, oh God.
I'm looking at the schedule. Wait, hold on. Welcome back to the RageSelect podcast here at RageSelect. I'm Jeff.
And I'm like,
all right, now that we got that out of the way. I've been looking for a place to put the Dragon Quest VII remake, and I'm like, I don't have any place for you, buddy. Like,
that's
I got
surprising.
nowhere to go.
Yeah, we had to postpone the My Hero game.
I preempted it with Romeo's a Dead Man because, you know, we both know how we feel about My Hero Academia. Everybody else knows how we feel about My Hero Academia. True. It's like, man, there's some other weird shit out there. Speaking of which, though, we got a whole, as I mentioned, whole PlayStation State of Play. Pretty full.
Yeah,
pretty
we started
good.
late because it was so long.
Yeah, it was
the
like
last one was like 40 minutes, where this was like an hour and
20 minutes, something like that. Yeah, and like, you know, there's a couple of duds in here, but you know what?
There's some fun duds actually.
I really enjoy the era that we live in, where the live service shit has started to just fade away entirely, where you don't have to watch a video game presentation and be like, well, half of these things are just gonna be all. You're watching a trailer, you're like, oh, this looks cool. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, this looks cool. And then like three other people come in and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like luckily the three big ones we already knew were multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
So
and one of them we also already knew was like happening. It wasn't really a surprise type of thing.
Yep. Yeah. So we got to get to that real fast. Michael, did you watch anything? You do anything? Play anything?
I watched what I have been calling my Star Trek Academia. Because
which is my favorite anime's name on that show.
I just thought it was the easiest way of saying it because I actually legit forgot the actual name of it.
Yeah.
I think it's Star Trek
Academy.
Starfleet Academy.
Star Trek Academy.
I think it's called Star Trek Starfleet Academy, but it's the newest Star Trek show. That's about they're doing a new Star Trek Academy or Starfleet Academy because due to the events of an event that happened in, I think, Discovery, a bunch of technology went inert.
Yep.
And so the Federation was like not hiring new people because they had lost they were trying to
they put all their money into that AI, and then the data centers went down, and so then they lost all the investment money.
Yeah, it turns out they couldn't get Worf just right with AI.
Yeah.
No, but so what happened was that and so all that happens, but the actual beginning of the show is that like during this time frame before when the burn had happened, there was this kid and his mom who were tricked by Paul Giamatti, who's like a space pirate, into like killing a Starfleet officer. And so she's like sentenced to like a work camp, and so she's separated from the kid. The kid like goes AWOL and goes like on their own adventure to try to find their mom, but they never do. They get arrested one more time, and the Starfleet captain, played by Holly Hunter, is disillusioned at this point, so she leaves the Federation.
Yeah,
and then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna redo like years later, like it's like 20 years later. Like, hey, we're gonna reopen the academy, and we want you to do it." And she's like, "Well, I fucked up real bad last time." It's like, "Yeah, but we were more fucking up than we fucked up first," type of thing.
Okay,
like you should never been in that position. And they find the kid, and she's like, "Well, I don't want to do it." So I was like, "Well," it's like we hear you. We found the fucking kid that we fucked over.
Okay, so. It sounds a lot like The Acolyte. I swear to God, you're describing the first episode of The Acolyte to me.
It has a little Acolyte stuff to it. But what happens is she convinces the kid, she's like, your mom disappeared at one point. We're going to try to help you find her using Federation resources.
Okay.
But you got to join the Starfleet Academy as like a thing. And so he joins, he meets the other fellow Academy people. He's become friends with them.
Hijinks ensue.
Hijinks does ensue, but there's a lot of serious moments as well here up and down. Like it's one of those shows that's like has a very has like a very dumb premise, but overall is not a bad show.
Okay.
Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, it's just like watching one of the like the Next Generation. No, I'm not going to be that fucking dude.
Well, that's good. I don't believe anybody anymore when they say that. I've been told that like several times, and I keep going and going like, did you motherfuckers watch this?
That's the thing.
Like,
when somebody's like, it's just like the Next Generation, I'm like, did you watch the Next Generation?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm a little worried about you.
This is like a bad Voyager, and that's saying something because I don't like Voyager.
Yeah, and honestly, it's fine. Like I don't hate it. I don't like. I like it a lot, but I'm not gonna say it's like, well, if you love old Star Trek, you'll love it. No, I'm like gonna say if you like old Star Trek but you love new Star Trek, you're gonna be like, well, this is a pretty good middle ground type of thing.
Okay.
Like it's able to do both, like that sort of, because there is a lot of just like very heartfelt talking, diplomatic moments in it. There's not as much fighting in it necessarily so far.
Okay.
But and when there is, it's very much closer to the new Star Trek stuff. So that's why it's like kind of, to me, it's the better of the both of them.
Yeah.
But and it's more because it does a lot with its characters so far. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I wouldn't say it's like, it's better than Discovery.
My this hand of mine has been burned so many times by putting it on the Star Trek stove that like Matt keeps telling me every week there's a new episode, and Matt messages me at midnight. He's like, the new one was pretty good. I'm like, Matt, I'm not gonna fucking watch that show. He's like, but this one was about Deep Space Nine. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it, Matt.
Yeah, there's a Deep Space Nine centric episode. But as I mentioned, it's like in the future. It's like 1,000 years past the Next Generation type of thing. But they reference all those guys. The one, in fact, there is a character from one of the old Star Treks. It was the AI doctor.
Oh, Robert Picardo. Yeah.
Robert Picardo. He's in the show, and they give an excuse to why he looks older. He's like, well, to make people more comfortable, I aged, essentially. And so he's one of the only like original, it's like Star Trek-y type characters. Yeah. And Tig Notaro's in it, and she's a lot of fun. Okay. I just like Tig Notaro. I just wanted to say that.
All right. Well, I mean,
and I don't know any of the new young actors. I don't know them from anything specifically, but they're good. They're good for what it is.
The thing is that it's funny because there's this new era of Star Trek, right? And I kept going into it and being like, I'm kind of disappointed. Why am I so disappointed with Star Trek? And then I started thinking back, and I was like, motherfucker, I've been disappointed since Deep Space Nine. Like, this is not a new thing. I didn't like Voyager very much. I didn't like Enterprise very much. Yeah. So, like, why would I like this new stuff? Like, I didn't even like the second or third feature films, the J.J. Abrams movies.
I didn't either.
Don't get me started on the fucking Nemesis. Oh, God.
That's the thing. It's not like Star Trek has been perfect forever until the J.J. Abrams stuff happened.
Right.
There's a reason why they rebooted Star Trek type of thing.
Yeah.
And so, it's fine. Like I said, it's not... one of my only gripes is that dude has the worst fucking haircut. He looks so stupid as shit.
Who?
The main guy, the guy that I was talking about, who plays the kid as an adult. Okay. Because when he first shows up, he has this this long hair because he's been on the run for so long. I'm like, oh, that's a good look on him. And once he gets in the Starfleet Academy, it auto cuts his hair when he goes through something, and then he just looks stupid from then on.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I feel bad for you, friend.
Jeez Louise. Well, let's see. I have mostly been cracked out on Satisfactory, but I decided I wanted to try to watch something. I didn't have enough time to watch a movie. So I watched the first 2 episodes of Wonder Man.
Oh, okay. I have not watched it yet.
On Disney Plus. I didn't realize that it's listed as like a Marvel Spotlight thing. So it's not like the Werewolves at Midnight and the Guardians Christmas Special, I think, are the other two that are in that. Yeah. Like one-off kind of thing. It's very weird. For people who don't know, it's like a guy, and when he was a kid, there was a Wonder Man, like fucking old TOS Star Trek looking show that he liked, and he's trying to be an actor, but he's kind of irritating. Like, the opening thing has him getting fired because he won't shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. And then he kind of comes across Ben Kingsley's character, Trevor, who was like the Mandarin, and like he was in Iron Man 3 and that. And he decides, and there's like this new Wonder Man movie that's being directed by this director, and he goes out for it. But then I guess the thing is that he also has some kind of like powers, some kind of Wonder Man powers. I don't know. He's got like red energy, which I always associate with the glasses of Wonder Man. Yeah. So this is what I'll say. The first 2 episodes, if you were expecting any kind of superhero shit, no, sir. Like, this is trying to make a living in Hollywood. Let's talk about how much we like movies. Ben Kingsley and the main dude are in a bar talking about the acting process. Like, there's been just like a dash of superhero here and there. In the second episode, they get into it a little bit more. It's kind of at the beginning of the first episode, but it's much more like watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood than it is like watching Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
so.
it's really funny because on Threads, I see a lot of people who are like actors or struggling actors.
Yeah.
And they're like, I had a hard time watching it because it was like watching my life and it made me sad.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll keep going back to it. It did help that it was it was like 30-minute episodes. I thought it was gonna be 45-minute episodes.
There were like 8 episodes too, right?
Yeah,
Overall?
there's 8 episodes. They're all out. They're all 30. It's 30-minute episodes. So like, I don't know. That's one of those things where it was a mildly compelling. I kind of wish that they would like move a little bit more.
Okay.
It kind of has that like Netflix disease where it's like, I wish each episode did a little more. Like, it's a little slow.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of newer shows. There's a great meme about it, but it's the fact that every show is designed to be a very long movie, instead of a show,
right?
Which is one of the things that one of the reasons The Boys works as well as this, because Eric Kripke's like, I've noticed that every time you watch a new show about something, it's like a series of just one giant storyline, and at the end you get something out of it. And so the meme is that like if like back in the back in the 80s or 90s, if a show was called Vampire Surfer, it would be about a vampire surfing every episode solving crimes.
Yeah.
Whereas if you made that show now, it's about how he got his surfboard and why he really likes surfing.
Sure.
And at the end, then he's maybe a vampire surfer.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of the issue I've heard even with that show.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of deal. And I'm really tired of a lot of those shows doing that more often.
It's hard to and then you know, and then you pull up an episode of The Pit and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Or like last year, I was having problems finding stuff that I really enjoyed, and then Pluribus came on. And I was like, every week, I'm just stuck to this fucking thing for 40 minutes, just going like, or The Pit. The Pit starts, and I'm like, oh no, it's over. Fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta wait another week. And
there are good shows out there.
Here it's like, okay, man, this is only 30 minutes. Like, pick it up a little bit. Pick it up a little bit. Let's a little bit more. So I don't know. It seems like a weird proposition because I don't know. Like, it's you know, it's ostensibly in the Marvel section of Disney, but it's not about and maybe it ends up being about a superhero, but right now it's about a movie about a superhero.
Yes.
And it's like, but I fucking love Ben Kingsley so much.
That's the thing.
He's so fun as Trevor. I love that shit.
I hear the main reason to watch the whole show is Trevor Slattery's character.
Yes.
Because it's like such a great fucking character.
I swear to God, in the second episode, through a series of misadventures, they end up at Joey Pants's house.
Oh my God, I love that.
And he looks so weird. He looks like fucking Ron Howard's little brother, or his brother with the bald head and like the glasses and everything.
That is
he's
weird.
He's got like the hair. The hair clamp on the back of his head where he's bald on the top, he's got hair on the back, he's wearing glasses, and he's in his big mansion walking around in a robe, and I'm just like, at first I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, that's him. Like,
that's amazing. Yeah, I always forget that fucking Howard's name. Clint Howard.
Clint Howard, yeah. He had real Clint Howard vibes going on. So I don't know. It's like, if you know going in that you're not going to be getting the fucking Avengers back together or doing any kind of like action and adventure, like this is a drama about Hollywood. And if you know that going in, I think that's better than just trying to be like, wait, why aren't there any superheroes in my superhero
It's
show?
also an afternoon, like you said, 30 minutes each, 8 episodes. You can finish that in a day type of thing.
Yeah. And it was 4 hours long. So
yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, you know what? Enough of that. Let's get to this state of play because we got a lot. There's a lot here. I don't even know. We're gonna try to get through this.
It's a smorgasbord of PlayStation.
We're gonna try to get through this.
It makes Xbox look dumb.
It really does make Xbox look dumb. Like this is no good for them. Okay. Strangely, we kicked things off with a new Kina game. Y'all remember that Kina thing where this lady looked like she was from Pixar and she had little like dust motes with the cute eyeballs?
Yeah, it was one of the first PS5 games.
Yeah.
And I remember like being interested in it but never playing it.
Yep.
But interested enough to be like, I hope this does well so it keeps going. Because it was a new IP and everything.
It was okay. I kind of got like, the art was incredibly good. It's just I kind of got tired of the gameplay. It was like
Yeah.
more style than substance. This one appears to be like they took the little Pikmin manager little spirit guys thing out of it. It looks like it's just kind of more of like a traditional third-person action game. She's in a different place. She's got a different MO about different types of spirits and different types of exorcisms and things to do.
And she's like much older as well. Because in the beginning, I think she's like a very young teen. And now she's like a much older teen.
I don't know, man.
I think it's the idea. That's what they said during the thing.
That Pixar face, it's hard to tell how old anybody is.
I think it's a height. It's a height thing more than anything because she was very short in the other one.
But I don't know. It looks like a pretty decent third-person action game. It's just the thing is that it's got to end up being compelling, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm definitely willing to give this whole thing another shot, and hopefully they learn some stuff from the first one. But it still looks really nice.
It still looks really nice.
Really fantastic.
I was very happy to find out that, it's got a sequel because I feel like PlayStation has a weird track record with new IPs.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them tend to get to the second one.
Yeah.
If they did okay enough.
Like Knack.
I was about to bring up Knack. Knack is exactly the one that I was going to say.
Fucking Knack.
And then, if they're lucky, they end up like Horizon, where they end up being so popular it gets a Lego game.
Right.
And a rip-off MMO from China.
Right.
Type of thing. So I'm hoping that like this does well enough that this IP survives past the second game.
If we get far enough into this show, I will tell you why that ripoff got shut down so hard.
Because of Knack? Was it Knack's fault?
It was Knack. Knack came out. He was like, "Fucking, you make them stop copying my shit." I like the idea that Knack works at Sony. He's just got like a suit on with all the triangles and shit.
He comes into a boardroom.
When he gets really mad, he turns big, and then he comes back down to the little guy. July of this year, no less.
Very exciting.
Pretty close. We got the release date for the Legends add-on for Ghost of Yotai. This is the multiplayer thing that the first game had. We knew that this was coming. It was just a matter of time. So not really a whole lot to say about this because they didn't go into very specific detail outside of the fact that it looks a lot like the first one. There's different classes. You're doing different online stuff.
It's got all the Yotai gameplay stuff that probably is attached to it the way the other one was.
And I do think this is a little different where the bosses are the Yotai 6 from the main game, but they're demons now instead of just like bad dudes. March 10th is when that's coming out. And
it's free for anybody who owns Yotai. You don't have to pay. I assume they'll sell it as a separate thing like they did for Tsushima.
Yeah, almost certainly. Death Stranding 2 is coming out on the PC March 19th.
That trailer was so spoily.
It was also so
the
Higgs
frame rate
centric.
Yeah,
like I was like, do you guys think that Higgs is the main character? Did whoever put this trailer think that Troy Baker is the main character of this game?
Really into Troy Baker.
like Norman Reedus says nothing. Like it's all Troy Baker.
It's all Troy Baker.
Time.
It was very interesting. It kind of made me want to play the game again.
We gotta look at For Loop, the bad robot 4-player online. You're fighting aliens, and if you 3D print bodies, and there's big Rubik's Cube. I don't know, man. My eyes I'm tired of this type of game.
When they tried explaining it, I was like, well, that sounds like a game.
Yep.
And there's a little more creativity here and there with some of the enemy. Like the big boss is like a kind of like a Rubik's Cube. It's got this like energy like laser thing that you have to sneak past as you fight it. I'm like, well, that's kind of neat, I guess. And then there's like different like grenades that are kind of fun. Like one of them is like a grenade that makes an enemy disappear into a different part of the map. And I'm like, well, that's kind of creative, but the problem is I still don't care.
Yeah. Yep. You're not going to, I don't know.
Because it's still like the second he opens the chest, it still has that fucking like, you got to loot things.
Oh, you got the purples.
And all the things. I'm like, yeah, I'm back to not caring again.
Yeah. If it stays alive, like I might give it a shake, but I don't see it staying alive. So it also looks a lot like Arc Raiders, but less.
It's actually one of the least detailed of these games that I've seen, which ironically enough I think might work to its benefit because maybe the budget isn't as high on it as some of the other games that are like, we got to work immediately or everything dies type of thing, which has been happening a lot lately.
This looks like such trash. I don't know. I don't like it.
But J.J. Abrams, Jeff,
July
the Star Trek guy,
18th, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Sure.
I'm just fucking with you. I hate you. I'm not really that big a fan of J.J. Abrams.
We got more Pragmata. Pragmata, I mean, it's kind of it's funny, they showed the actual part that's like the city from the original trailer. Apparently is built of all the little moon nanites or whatever they're doing.
I'm pretty excited. I want to play the demo that they said is on the PlayStation when I get a chance.
Somebody in the Discord said the PC demo was pretty fun.
Yeah,
and easy to record, or easy to easy. Like it looks pretty complicated when they show it, but then it actually feels really good in the hands. So.
Okay, yeah, I'm very excited. I hope I like the demo enough to make me want to get it. Yeah, because I like the little relationship they've shown so far between these two characters.
Mm-hmm. And that's April 24th. Sorry, we're glossing over a lot of this because if it's like something we've already seen before, there's cool new stuff in here.
There isn't that much to show from Pragmata anyways. Yeah. It's like just really the thing on there.
Resident Evil Requiem showed a bunch more shit. Like,
yeah, it's a lot more story beats from Leon's end. I think the implication is that Ashley's helping him.
Yeah, it looks like they're. I mean, I had assumed that at some point the two of them were going to get together or meet up, not like make out, but like meet up.
No, I was talking about the little girl from the second one, Ashley Birkin.
Oh,
I think she's like his man in the chair.
Oh, okay.
Like, because it cuts to like a woman with blonde short hair at the computer, like talking to him.
Oh, okay.
So I think that was the implication because she was the one that was also in Resident Evil 2.
Oh God, she was in 6 though, right? She was the one.
She was also in 6.
Wesker's kid.
She was the one hanging out with Kung Fu Man.
You don't want to remind me of that. Don't remind me of that. But hey, you know what? At least in this trailer, Leon was able to actually hit stuff with his bullets as opposed to last week's Switch 2 showcase. So.
And that comes out very soon.
Also, Michael, I'm sad to say, I'm shamed. I'm shamed. I didn't realize that the Q in Requiem was the 9.
Are you serious?
I didn't realize it. But I didn't realize
how. You've seen so many of these trailers.
I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't looking at the subtitle. I didn't realize the VII in Village was 7 either for a long time.
Oh my goodness!
And I didn't see the fucking arrow in the FedEx sign. So fuck off.
You didn't see you. At least you saw the blowing giraffe, though, right?
Everybody saw the blowing giraffe.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
You can't. Oh, yeah, they didn't show that Leon's apparently going to go back to the police station. So
which makes sense.
Cash in on that.
Of course he would show up there eventually.
Yep. Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered is a thing.
This makes sense because they released the Soul Reaver 1 and 2, I think, not that long ago.
Yes.
So, yeah, he might as well complete it.
I remember I played it and I hated it. So, because I have no nostalgia for this franchise.
My
I never
friends
liked it.
love this franchise, and they were very excited. I was like, I didn't own any of these, so I don't have the nostalgia for them either.
Yeah. I mean, people were mad about the last one, right? Because they changed stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
And then if you buy the deluxe edition, you can get the fucking comic book that released with it.
And some sort of unreleased version of something?
Yeah, some kind of unreleased sequel demo thing.
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway, that's March 3rd. I mean, I don't really know anything about this franchise. I keep being told how awesome it is, and I keep trying to play it and going like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, it's the same. I think it's the same thing happened with Link's Awakening, or not Link's Awakening, with Ocarina of Time. Yeah. Is we didn't play it when it came out.
Yeah.
When it seemed impressive, and now we're like 20 years past that point.
Right. So yeah. I've never heard of Brigandine Abyss.
My guess is it's a Japanese-only PS1 game.
It wasn't. No, it did come out in the West. I looked it up.
Did it really?
PSX tactical game.
And then I definitely have never heard of this.
They're making a new one. It's like a hex-based tactics fantasy RPG.
I thought this was like a remaster of it.
I don't think it is.
That's what they said.
I thought they said this is the latest entry in Happy Net's Brigandine series because I said, what the fuck is Happy Net's Brigandine series? I don't know what that series of words is supposed to mean. So
I don't know. I've never heard of it either. So
yeah, I mean,
it looks fine, I guess.
I'm sure that I'm sure somebody does. I'm sure somebody knows what the fuck this is.
Even its cutscenes are very PlayStation-y.
Brigandine's newest installment, Brigandine Abyss. So
yeah, it's sure, I guess.
Sure, yeah. Wish listed today, baby. You
know you guys want it.
Let's see. Dead or Alive 6 Last Round looks rough as shit. Like it looks, I don't think it looks bad. Like
it looks okay, but that's just because it's just the final version of an old fighting game.
Yeah,
like Dead or Alive 6 is pretty old at this point.
Yeah,
and so it's like, okay, sure, I guess.
I don't know. They're putting out a new version that has all the DLC and stuff, and then apparently there's like a free version that you can get when it comes out.
Yeah, that's their way of like trying to get people to like, hey, just try out the game if you like it. Buy our expensive shit type of thing.
I mean, I don't normally like doing the like, this looks like a PlayStation 3 game, but like this does kind of look like a PlayStation 3 game.
I was laughing in the photo mode because when they move her boobs do jiggle.
Oh, well, and then the guy comes out. And he's like, "Let me show you the trailer that we made." And it's like this. It's like it looks. The trailer looks really nice. It's like all detailed. It's got like a lighting engine and shit. And then the camera just like scrolls up and stops on boobs.
Well, no, this trailer is the trailer for Dead or Alive 7.
Oh.
That's why it says the dawn of a new chapter awaits.
Okay, sorry, my brain got addled by this.
It's
whole thing.
It's because of the boobs, Jeff.
The boobs.
The boobs
they distracted me.
You.
They fucking. I don't know what was going on anymore. I was like, what?
No, he was just saying, he's like, oh, it's the 30th anniversary, and we're making Dead or Alive 7. Is basically what he's saying.
Okay, I mean, I can't keep like some of these things like the Virtua. They keep doing like, oh, here's Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Is that like a free to play version of a Xbox 360 game, or like is that a re-release of a PS2 classic that's been remastered? I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, I don't remember what 6 was on originally. I have to look that up later.
Dead or Alive 6. Let's see. I bet we could probably find that. DOA 6. Oop, that's 5. 6. Nope, that's 5. 6. All right, there we go. PS4, Xbox One, Windows.
That explains why it looks the way it does then.
So yeah. Yep, and then I guess there's another one coming. So
yeah,
cool.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I wasn't the best fan of Dead or Alive in general. I feel like I knew there was porn on the internet, so I didn't really need Dead or Alive.
Sure, there was a time and a place where Dead or Alive's claim to fame was unique.
Yes,
and any more like Tekken was just like, go crazy, man, do whatever you want.
There was a great gag about it in a cartoon I watched because it's like a fake game convention. They're like, yeah, the new physics does wonders for the volleyball. Yes, the volleyball.
The volleyball. Yeah. Let's see. Control Resonant, we got some actual gameplay for, which was
still
cool.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. They got a real, it was like a real Doctor Strange like, or fucking what's the Dream movie?
God, you got me on the spot.
Anyway,
shit. Well, I keep hearing Rick saying it's the line from the Dream episode. It's your favorite movie, Morty. You don't have to impress me.
The street that then goes at a right angle to another street. Inception. And the main guy has like gravity defying. Like you can walk around the edge of a thing and then orient yourself to the side, right? Like, yeah,
I think it's like so you can get around different areas that are probably blocked.
Yeah,
as well as the fight stuff. Yeah,
and they show a bunch of third-person action with the stick that turns into a bunch of other stuff. It was a little hard to kind of see everything that was happening, but
yeah, and some of the action felt a little slow. But I feel like that's more because they're hiding like things that you'll learn as it goes on.
Yeah,
type of thing.
But I like the way it looked. Like it was another between this and Pragmata. I'm like, oh, we got some cool fucked up cities.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I need more control in my life that's not Firebreak related.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I thought it looked really good. I'm trying to think. There was like a kind of an interesting thing at the. Oh, there was like a big. It was funny. There was a big like flying guy that was flying around shooting lasers, and I was like, damn man, if only you had a gun,
some sort of weapon that projectiles.
Yeah, something that hits things from a distance,
or maybe a flashlight,
or yeah, I don't know. So. Yeah, interesting though. They also had this kind of this part at the end where they kind of showed off what looks like a boss with his kind of origami fucking nails and shit.
Yeah, he looks really interesting, and it shows these really like cool slow motion dodging things for it.
Yep. I mean, I haven't been dissatisfied with anything that I've played from Remedy over the last few years, so it's got a free pass for me.
I'm excited, yeah.
July 2026. Next up, Crimson Moon was announced. This is... okay, what did I say in the Discord? The Butt Rock was doing a lot of heavy lifting on this.
A friend of mine made a joke about it that made me laugh really hard. It's the type of game you would watch in a television show where somebody was playing a fake video game.
I can see it. Yep, I can see that. Yeah.
And the butt rock really does a lot of heavy lifting. It's like a Souls multiplayer game, is what it looks like.
It's like a third-person action hacky slashy, lots of blood, lots of violence, lots of butt rock. I looked up the developer for this, and I think it's interesting that they also did. I don't know if you saw it last week. There was like a semi. Okay, wait. What the fuck? What was the other one they did? They did. There was one game they didn't play. There was one game they didn't play. Sorry. Do you remember? Did you watch the trailer last week for there was this game called like Neva or something like that, or not Neva? It had a different name. It was a guy stabbing a zombie or a Nazi, and just like gouts and gouts of blood were coming out of them.
I do remember
this. It's that same company.
That's the same company.
It's the same company. They're called Probably There we go. It's Probably Monsters.
That's an interesting.
Whenever I see these things, I just have to look up who the company is because this looks like it could be fun. This looks like it could be.
Well, yeah, it's got some interesting idea, like the idea of playing one of those games with another person.
Yeah,
but I don't feel like it didn't show enough of it, type of thing.
Oh yeah, there was a game. Okay, so this is there was a game called Storm Lancers. There was like a 2D side-scrolling kind of like co-op game that came out.
Oh, I do remember that
the year
game.
before.
Yeah,
and it looked like it was good. And it got pretty decent. I had it like kind of on the list, but it never got all the way in there. And then the other one was called Nekomi Nazi Hunter. Nekome Nazi Hunter.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for that.
Yeah, it was just incredibly violent.
It was just murder all the Nazis, and I'm like, that's kind of cool.
It was like 1 minute long, and it was mostly just like an incredibly, like, I don't know, they were look like Pixar dudes, but the amount of murder was kind of off the charts. So.
Yeah, it was really interesting because of that. And I'm like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah, so that's the company that's making Crimson Moon, and I'm like, well, you got my attention a little bit with some of these things. I'll give it a try.
I'll give it a shot, depending on like if it's actually fun to control. Is really what it comes down to.
July 18th. We got another look at Beast of Reincarnation, the big old freaky Game Freak. Now, this is weird because we just got a look at this at the Xbox thing not too long ago.
I feel like we saw more here, though.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't
remember the Xbox One very well.
The Xbox One was more... This one had a little bit more meat to it. I think the Xbox One went on for longer, but it didn't make as heavy of an impact. Ugh, God. How are you feeling about this? I'm kind of weirdly ambivalent where I don't play Pokemon, so like it's by Game Freak isn't exactly like blasting my nips over here.
Well, the only thing that's interesting about is the fact that it's made by Game Freak. But the reason why it's not interesting is the fact that it looks kind of like every other one of those Chinese mythology type games we see, type of thing. And the only thing that adds to it is that, well, the Game Freak made this. It's like, okay, cool, question mark. Although I did have meme brain rot in my head when they were like, it's evolving. I'm like, Game Freak and they're fucking evolving. Can't fucking help it.
It also reminds me, I don't know why, but I keep getting whiffs of that EA Monster Hunter game that they tried to do a little while back that had all the vines and the nature stuff. I don't know what it is.
I think that game just died after a while.
I think they put out a Switch 2 version of it.
Did they really? Okay.
Yes, but I don't know. I mean, it's we got the date August 4th.
The Vine stuff is kind of cool.
I mean, the thing is that I saw enough of the UI and the Xbox thing to be like, well, there looks like there's something in here. It's just it doesn't make a good impression as a trailer. It might be fine to play, but I just don't think that the trailer stands out, especially from your Wukongs and your fallen Wu Changs and your like
there's
the
a
other
trailer
stuff,
later on that I think looks nicer than it does, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Let's see. The Rayman we don't have a new Rayman. It's the 30th anniversary edition of Rayman.
But like Rayman 1 specifically.
Yeah.
Like different versions of Rayman 1.
And then like there's a museum where you can play the prototype of Rayman. I'm like, you bitches should make a new Rayman. Quit fucking reheating old Rayman games.
Well, what frustrates me is they reheated the one Rayman game.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like you could have been at least like a collection of Rayman games.
Put out one of those Konami things that has like 4 Raymans.
Instead, it's just Rayman 1 and other versions of Rayman 1. And like, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a new Rayman, you fucking cowards.
Let's see. Oh, I guess I didn't get everything from my little thing after all. Mina the Hollower got another trailer.
Yeah, it looks like they're finally getting closer to another release date.
Yeah, I actually thought that they had. I thought they had set a new one, but
they haven't set the because remember they kept delaying it.
Yeah.
And I think they just gave a general area.
I thought it was more specific. But
also, there's going to be a time demo by the time you guys hear this.
yes,
So
spring of this year, apparently. Can't wait.
this was supposed to be out by now, if I remember correctly.
I think it was supposed to come out on Halloween last year.
Yeah.
And it got pushed. So, Neva, the game with the lady and the wolf, by the makers of Grease, has a prologue where the wolf is a little puppy and lady is younger, and you've got to do what seems like the exact same thing as near as I could tell from the previous game.
Which I thought was weird that's what they did.
Side
Just made a
scroller,
prequel game to it instead. Because isn't the wolf like in the beginning of the actual one?
What
or
do you mean?
something? I could have sworn like the wolf dies, or am I thinking of a different game?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I must be thinking of a different game where there's like an adult one that dies and then you have the young one.
This company's games are very pretty, and then when I go to play them, I'm like, okay, that's very pretty. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I don't have any interest in continuing. So,
also, it's just a strange thing to do it that way.
Yeah. Let's see. From there, we got Yako Shinobi Ops, aka Shadow Tactics, but darker.
Yeah.
Shadow Tactics, but Tenku.
I remember they mentioned the Tenchu series, and I'm like, why don't you guys just make another Tenchu? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I would love that.
I don't think anyone's ever going to do that.
Make this a Tenchu game. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks almost exactly like Shadow Tactics, where it's kind of the top down, and you're making strategic decisions, trying to get a little team of guys, and each one of them has different powers. I don't know, like it doesn't make it doesn't really make an impression at all.
No.
Like, not a good impression nor a bad impression, just kind of no impression.
The entire time I was watching it, I'm like, okay, so tell me how the actual game works in some way.
Right.
And instead it just makes it look like it accidentally makes it look like a PS1 game.
Yeah.
Because of the way the actions work.
Yeah.
But it's clear that it has kind of the I know you had me play those Outlaw games. It reminds me of those more.
Desperados.
Oh yeah, Desperados.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
not Outlaws. Desperados. It reminds me of those Desperado games because of the way the sneaking and everything is.
Mm-hmm.
But it never shows you that that's what the game is.
Right.
And I feel like it's trying to trick people into thinking it's a different type of game.
Because they keep zooming into like other angles that are not that top down angle.
And then them being chased by like these random demon things at the end was also very awkward.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it's very possible that the reason that it doesn't look great is because most of the game is supposed to be played from a distance.
Yeah.
And then as you zoom in, you're never supposed to get that close to these guys, but then it kind of makes it look like a PS2 game. So
yeah, it's what it makes the marketing look bad because of it. But they're really bad about marketing these types of games, though.
Very true. I mean, it could be a good game and maybe just didn't show off very well. So let's see. From there, we got Project Windless, which it was like, oh, it's based on the it's based on the acclaimed novel series The Bird That Drinks Tears. And then a chicken man comes out and does Wu Chang Fallen Feathers at Bad Dudes. And I'm like, I don't know what that book is, so I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
I don't know what that book is, but I kind of want to read it.
It's just a roided out chicken doing like fucking wuxia martial arts, Dynasty Warrior style. And I'm like, what is happening? It was the biggest fever dream I've ever seen.
I immediately called it Foghorn Legends. Because I couldn't stop thinking of him in a Foghorn Leghorn accent murdering things.
I mean, it's this giant roided out chicken stabbing the shit out of people, and it's hard to take seriously. Like, I made my peace with the Monkey King and how he looks like a dumb monkey, but he's actually like part of the mythology.
Yeah, he's like a real thing.
Right. But now I've got this fucking like Arnold Chicken Nager over here, Schwarzen Chicken, just ripping up dudes, and I have to
look up this fucking thing just to see. It's a series of epic high fantasy novels from South Korea in 2003.
Okay.
The series is set in a world inhabited by 4 races: humans, the powerful bird-like Rekon, which I'm assuming what this is,
Chicken
the
Man,
flame-wielding Tokubai, and the reptilian Naga.
Okay, great.
Which I assume is the bad guy in this thing.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness,
it's nuts.
It just looks absolutely nuts.
And he's got the little chicken feet as his feet. He's like this big roided out dude with little chicken feet.
Because even like some of the images for the thing show other people.
Yeah,
like this is like apparently a cover of like either like an art piece or something that shows like other people that aren't the chicken guy.
Yeah.
So I guess you're playing specifically the chicken guy.
Great. I don't know. It's such a weird thing to be like, maybe this plays really well in the Chinese market. It's going to sell so good. Like, because, what was it? Was it Black Myth Wukong that like saved Sony after Concord crashed? Like it sold so well.
Yeah, because China like lost its mind on it.
Yeah.
And so this is trying to get the South Korean audience just as much. So they're hoping that this works. And I'm kind of hoping this game is good because I want to see streamers do Foghorn Leghorn impressions as they play this game.
My goodness.
So,
I was like, ooh, I can't wait for that chicken to die. And then I was like, wait, you play as the chicken?
You're the chicken.
You are the chicken now. Look at me. It's so fucking weird. Star Wars Galactic Racer is something that I
love the idea of this. It's made by ex Burnout devs.
Yeah.
So it has a chance of just at least being fun.
Parts of that trailer made it kind of look a little bit like Burnout. It looked like the takedowns were kind of like.
I think it's very much I think it's very much trying to be Star Wars Burnout.
Yeah.
Which is a great idea, to be honest.
I guess I don't know. I just the pod racing thing. I remember after episode 1 came out being like, when you go back and watch that movie again, the pod racing part's like 20 minutes.
It's a large part of the movie.
And it's like, I wanted to watch the laser sword guys, and they were like, what if a kid was in a race? And
it's also very important, Jeff, that we bet the life of a slave.
Right. Oh boy. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Like the graphics look nice, and I guess it looks nice, and it's whatever. But it's more one of those things like, I remember when they put out Super Bombad Racing. I remember when they put out the Star Wars Pod Racer. I remember when they put out the arcade Pod Racer, and they were like, "Don't you love pod racing?" And I'm like, "Quit trying to make pod racing a thing, Gretchen. It's not going to be a thing."
Ironically enough, there's so many people my age and younger who adore that shit.
Yep.
And they even end the trailer with some pod racing, like actual pod racing. So they're trying to get a very specific demographic still. I'm willing to play it because I just like the idea of stupid Star Wars games again.
Sure.
So yeah, maybe we'll get another one of those deathmatch ones. What was it called? Demolition. Star Wars Demolition.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get one of those again.
Good Lord. So that's coming out July 18th. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's surprising.
So. Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time mustering up anything specific. So, let's see. From there, we got more First Light, more 007 First Light. Still incredibly excited for 007 First Light.
I think this is the most action-packed trailer they've shown, though. Too. This is the thing, because I had one friend being like, the way the action is made it feel more like the way action is in Uncharted because there's just so much more of it in this trailer.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see like if there's a way of just playing the levels more like that.
It was also very smooth. Like there was none of the frame rate stuff that we saw previously. I don't know if they fixed that or if it's just they showed the parts that don't have that problem.
Well, you remember they delayed it too, so that's
true.
Probably like them fixing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Also, there's this one guy who says something that I'm just like, "Are you the secret bad guy? you got to tell me if you're the secret bad guy."
Yeah. I don't know. I'm super duper into it. I'm super duper can't wait to see how it goes. IO Interactive has provided me with like a decade worth of awesome game content.
They've rarely ever failed us, and the one time they failed us, it wasn't they weren't the one who made the game.
Yeah. May 27th. In fact, last week we had a story where they said that they were taking Agent 47 out of that game, no longer putting him in.
They had a real bad time with that whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, just you wait. Let's see. Okay, so then from there, we decided to shift gears into the Konami block.
This Konami block was a very fascinating thing.
Which is weird because we've spent so long of like, what's Konami doing? Like, nothing for you, dumbass. We put out like 8 games in Japan, but nothing for the West. But I guess their Silent Hill successes have gotten them interested in this market again.
This block felt like it was made just for me, by the way.
Yeah. We're almost out of time here. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 is MGS4 and Peace Walker.
Yes, MGS4 is finally out of PS3 and streaming jail.
Yep. Which is good. I mean, I played it on. I bought a PS3 to play this game. So,
I did too. And in fact, I beat it 3 times when I didn't own a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I kept going to people's houses and beating Metal Gear Solid 4. I like staying with them.
I said to people online, okay, here's what I would tell you guys who've never played Metal Gear Solid 4 about playing Metal Gear Solid 4. 1, I really wouldn't recommend it unless you know what the fuck happened in the previous Metal Gear games. Like, this is one of the few times I could be like, no, you really need to have played at least 2 and 3. At least
at
2
minimum.
and 3.
And
bare minimum. And 2 doesn't make much sense unless you played 1. So you need to play 1 to get 2, and then you can play 3.
And also,
like,
some of the plot points also involve Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Right.
And I don't mean Metal Gear Solid.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's parts of Metal Gear Solid 4 that will not hit as much if you didn't play Metal Gear Solid 1.
Or Metal Gear 1 and 2 Solid Snake.
And Metal Gear 1 and 2. Well, I don't know if you need to play 2. Like,
No, you need to play Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake for one specific twist to hit.
Well,
but even then, like Metal Gear Solid 4 is the ultimate. It's the closest thing to Endgame we had video game wise.
Yep.
Because it is the ultimate culmination of so much these storylines.
Yep.
And it's fucking wonderful.
But I also have to say, please do not let yourself become overhyped, because even at the point when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, there were a lot of people that I think overhyped themselves to the point where they ended up not liking the game because
yes, it does have the joke that is real, which is that there's a ton of cutscenes in this game.
A ton of cutscenes.
So many fucking cutscenes. So you need to clear your entire schedule to play this game.
There may not be as many levels as you think there are in this game.
Also, the credits, or not the credits, but the final set of cutscenes is the length of like a movie,
a feature film.
It's kind of incredible.
You have to remember that by this time, like, this was Kojima wrapping up basically like 15 to 20 years worth of Metal Gear story.
It's pretty incredible. The fact Metal Gear Solid 5 happened at all is a fucking insanity to me.
Yeah. But I recommend that if you're into Metal Gear and you like that dumb Kojima craziness, the shit that comes out of people's mouths in Metal Gear Solid 4 is fucking nuts.
It's kind of incredible, the weird shit that happens in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Absolutely nuts. And then they also put out Portable Ops. They didn't do a lot for that. Portable Ops is very interesting. It's Monster Hunter with like helicopters.
Yes. Like, in fact, there's a Monster Hunter set of mini games in it. I assume that it's going to keep, because there's a specific monster that's only in this game. That is based on a Metal Gear.
I think Portable Ops is a very interesting game that is fun. There are also some things in that game that have not aged very well.
A lot of that stuff in that game didn't age well when it came out.
That's true. That's very true.
Let's not pretend
That's very true. That's very true. Well, you know what? We've got too much more Konami left to go, so we're going to go ahead and take a break here. But when we come back, we're going to pick up the Konami block. So stick around. We'll be right back. And we're back. And we have a lot more PlayStation left to go, so
we have so much of it.
We gotta pick it up. We gotta pick up the pace because there's other news that happened this week.
My cup is at least half full still.
This is that point in the podcast where I start panicking and I'm like, shit, why did I do this? All right, we were in the middle of the Konami block, and next up in the Konami block was...
I forgot to mention Ghost Babel was also in the package for the Metal Gear thing.
Did they say that? I don't remember.
It's in there. It pops up at the very end.
Oh, okay. All right. You mentioned that. I'm not disputing it, but I didn't see it. So
it's when it has the actual like what it has thing. It shows like it says plus Ghost Babel and soundtrack thing.
Oh, okay. And they also are doing an update to the Volume 1 to make it LHDified and shit. And Metal Gear Solid Delta is on sale on the PlayStation. So yeah. Weirdly, I went and bought this. It's not the regular edition. It's like the deluxe edition.
One?
So instead of $80, it's $40. But the $60 version is not $30. So you can pay for the deluxe. You can get 50% off for the deluxe edition.
Well, the other one's like $70, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I thought it was like a $70 game. I'd have to check. Either way, though, the $40 is not bad for that game.
Oh yeah, we also got a little teaser for Darwin's Paradox. Apparently has like a Metal Gear like tribute level where the little octopus from Darwin's Paradox is wearing the Solid Snake bandana.
And there's like Metal Gears and stuff in the background. It's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait for this game. I think it looks great. But we already knew about that, so we gotta keep moving, because there are new things from Konami that I didn't think I would ever see.
I was so happy.
I didn't think I would ever see Castlevania coming out with a new game. Like,
and it's something that we said at one point years ago about like why don't the people from Dead Cells just make a Castlevania game?
And they are.
And so somebody finally was like, yeah, why don't they fucking do that?
It's Evil Empire and Motion Twin, which I was very confused about because I thought those two companies did not like each other. It's also unclear to me whether this is like a Dead Cells style game. I guess it's like a Metroidvania, but I don't know if it's procedurally generated, because it's got a little bit of the whiff of like, it doesn't feel like set in stone levels.
It's hard to tell.
Me.
It might have a story reason for it if it is.
Yeah.
And it might have a story reason if it isn't, type of thing.
Yeah.
And my guess is that it's supposed to be a straightforward one, because I feel like Konami would rather do that with this sort of thing, especially because, you know, like you'd rather like have like a normal boss set of like levels instead of having to redo the whole thing each time.
Maybe, but
I can't tell with Konami. They make interesting decisions.
Also, those two companies have never just made a straight up non-procedurally generated game. But I don't know. I mean, I fucking loved Rogue Prince of Persia, and I really liked the Castlevania tie-in for Dead Cells. So.
Yeah, and apparently this takes place 20 years after Castlevania 3.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming we're Sonia Belmont in it. She's the only woman Belmont in the entire series originally. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just decided to use her again.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
So that's exciting.
Want to see more? Want to see more?
The thing that I found that I didn't think about until after somebody pointed out is that when they announced this, they said the first title in the 40th anniversary.
Oh.
And so that means that we might hear something later down the line.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I'm very excited to see what they end up doing with Castlevania.
Bring back one of the most popular franchises that's ever existed that you've just done nothing with, assholes.
You cowards.
Yeah, exactly.
You sick fucks.
Speaking of which, Silent Hill Townfall. We got some look at that game from is the guys that did Stories Untold and Observation. I forget what they're called. They have a weird name.
Also, that's July, right? The one that game's coming out.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So we had gotten the Townfall. We had gotten a really brief like teaser for it. I didn't expect what I saw out of this.
No, I remember the very first teaser for this, and we were expecting it to not be what this is.
Yeah,
we were expecting a much more like what's the word I'm looking for? Not as interactive, I think, is what we were expecting.
I was more contained.
Yeah,
because Stories Untold was very limited, and then Observation was also very limited because you were on a space station. And this one, you're a guy. He's like washed up on the shore, and it's like he's near a town, and like you can't see the name of the town, but you can see it's got an S, but it's not Silent Hill.
Yeah,
it's Saint Amelia. And it's like, oh, okay. So I guess we're just taking Silent Hill on the road these days. Like,
I'm cool with that because the other one isn't in Silent Hill either.
The town seems abandoned, and the guy's got like a little handheld TV, like from the 80s or the early 90s, and it's like a first-person game where he's walking around. He's got there's like a place where he gets a gun. He's obviously been in the hospital. He's got like a little like blood thing, IV in his arm.
In his arm, and the little bracelet that says his name and his blood type and everything on it.
Screen burn, that's the name of him. But so I don't know what the little TV is. It'd be interesting because original Silent Hill had the radio, right?
Yeah.
So it could be that. There's also just some very strange iconography in here. I get the feeling that the people that are making these other Silent Hill games understand the Silent Hill assignment for once.
Yes.
As opposed to just monsters and then you hit them, right? It's like, well, yeah, but there's a reason for the monsters.
Yeah.
They're not just like,
the monsters
spooky.
seem to be more themed around probably something involving him. It's not just like, and there's Pyramid Head again type of thing.
Right.
It's like, no, the point originally of Pyramid Head was he was based on what was going on with the actual character.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping more of that here.
Hey, you know what? Silent Hill 2 remake was pretty damn good, and I've really been enjoying Silent Hill F. So if they're able to keep it up, then I'm more than happy to keep playing them. So
exactly, like we've had some duds here and there, but we weren't expecting some of the ones that were duds so far. We weren't expecting to be good anyways.
Oh, you mean the live stream thing?
The live stream thing and that one.
The PS.
The schoolgirl one or whatever it was called. I don't even remember what it's called. But I remember you coming to me going, "It's terrible.
It's fucking awful." There was also Silent Hill Transmission. We didn't get a chance to take a look at that. From there, Rev Noir is a JRPG of some sort, and I can't explain much more than that.
I'm not either. Like, it's a lot of yelling, and then I guess time reverses or something.
It's like the world explodes, and then it goes backwards, and then it's like regular JRPG, but then it's also got some like kind of horror tinged elements to it. Like,
yeah, there's like these little. What was it saying? Like the in the hope there's like darkness or some shit. I don't even remember what it said.
I don't know, man.
It's basically saying that like this gold stuff that's happening in the sky looks kind of hopeful, but it's actually kind of like evil.
It destroys everything it touches.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah,
but I the tagline itself sells it more than I'm giving it credit for.
I need to know more about this.
Yes,
like it was a trailer, but I gotta be honest, man. Whenever they come out with like here's 4 anime looking.
Sparks catastrophe is what it says.
Yeah, when there's 4 anime looking motherfuckers and they're evenly split between like dudes and ladies, I'm like, okay, I need more than that. That's your opening ante, okay?
Which
like,
is fair. It's a teaser, so
you got to raise me a little bit more.
And the name doesn't really say a lot other than like I'm assuming Rev means reverse ?
I don't even know. It's very possible. So they said they're going to talk more about it. It doesn't have really any kind of release date or anything. So
it's got a cat.
We'll see what's going on. From there, we're out of the Konami zone and we're into the Wick zone. They're finally making a John Wick game and it looks like an action game.
Yes,
but I don't know because this whole thing seemed to be a pre-rendered trailer, right? So
that is the thing. Yes,
we got a lot of. Shrouded in darkness, a guy wearing a very bespoke suit punching people, and it's like I don't know why they waited so long in this trailer to announce who it was. Like,
it was like
obvious from minute 2.
They show his face like right then and there. Like I immediately went, "Is that John Wick?" And I would have laughed if it turns out it wasn't John Wick and it was like a Bill and Ted sequel all of a sudden.
The only thing, as I said, as I was like, is this John Wick or is this like a coffee stain fake out for Goat Simulator 4?
That would have been really funny.
Like when he finally looks at the camera, he's got the goat face or something.
Maybe it's another Fallout model.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, one of the series is that would lend itself to a video game more than anything else. Finally getting a video game.
Yeah. So far like it looks like it wants to be an actual action game. But again, these are all pre-rendered. But I love the fact that it's showing a lot of really fun things that are going on. Because the only John Wick game we got was John Wick Hex was the name of it.
Yep.
And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't exactly what you wanted.
Yep.
Type of thing. And it looks like they got Keanu Reeves probably the voice of this again because Keanu Reeves actually likes games.
Yeah.
And there's a few bits of gameplay here and there, but it's hard to tell
it reminds me
really
of
what it is because they feel like quick time event action.
It reminds me of Stranglehold mixed with the Punisher PS2 video game.
That makes me excited though.
Because it looks like it's got like some kind of like execution moves on it, but then it also appears to be some kind of shooter. So we'll see how it goes.
Saber's making this, and their track record is about 80%, I feel.
See, that's the weird thing is I think they're just publishing, but I'm not sure because Saber's got so many fucking things on their plate.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if they're the ones who made it or if they're the ones who just published it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I could be wrong about that, but Saber is also, they're making that John Carpenter Toxic Commando game. Yes. They've got Dawn of War 3 in development, and then there's like another big high profile thing that they're doing. So
I'm cautiously optimistic. I honestly, if it's more fun than the Hex game, I think I'll be fine with that.
I just need to know a little bit more about it because I'm a little burned on the story for John Wick. Like
maybe it's a prequel.
Maybe, but that's Ballerina, right? That was what burned me all the way out. Was like then they send John Wick to kill that lady and he doesn't. Sorry, spoiler for Ballerina.
It would be funny as hell if she died to him.
Yeah. Marathon's a thing. I wish to God that this was a fucking single player game. Like I watched it and I was like, if this is a single player game, I'd play the shit out of it. Yeah. I love the aesthetic. I love the way everything looks. I love the gameplay. But I'm not interested in another extraction shooter.
And
so
the trailer makes it seem like this really interesting story.
Yep.
And then you're just like, oh, I forgot. This is still Marathon.
yeah.
It's not like all of a sudden it turned into a single player game.
And I believe this is like this March 5th, so
it's very
right
soon.
around the corner.
And they delayed the shit out of it because they were just worried about what the optics are right now. And again, this trailer is really cool, but I just don't think it's going to be for me at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, obviously for the website, we'll take a look at it and see, but like. It's just such a waste because I love the way that the whole art style has come together, and I've always been interested in Marathon. But back in the day, it was like, well, you can't play it because it's on the Mac.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, now you can't play it because it's an extraction shooter. I'm like, well, fuck you guys, man.
Yeah.
Make a version I want to play, for God's sake.
That's the frustrating thing about Marathon. It's like this. It used to just be a normal fucking game, and now it's this extraction shooter.
Yep. Let's see. Big Walk, I think, goes next. Which is the game from the Untitled Goose Game. Oh no, they did.
Well, they just showed
Plus.
off what was coming on PlayStation
Yeah,
Plus.
Spider-Man 2 is coming to Game
The
Catalog.
weirdest one that's coming on there is Time Crisis.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm like, how
PSX
does that work?
Time Crisis, PSP, Dead or Alive, or Tekken. I guess it was Tekken. Sure. Big Walk, is going to be on PS5. I'm actually really excited for Big Walk because it's kind of like a House the Untitled Goose Games version of a friend swap game.
Yeah.
So
and it's got a lot of fun shit going on in it, and it just looks like it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, and it's gonna be on the PS Plus. So let's see. We got a little bit more of Saros.
Yeah, they explained a little more about like the dying and coming back mechanic and the upgrading and stuff. I'm very excited for this game still. It looks like it's going to be a much easier time overall necessarily than Returnal was.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like the aesthetic of like everything in it so far.
I am with you on that. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic because Housemarque, I was so excited for Returnal, and then when I found out what it was, I was just kind of like, or when I started playing it, I was just like, oh, I can't play this.
Yeah, this is too hard.
This is too hard for me, which is not something that happens to me very often. But boy, it was a disappointment. So yeah, there's a lot more story going on. They go over some of the upgrade trees and how you jump back into the fight after you've died. And there's the different areas and the way that the eclipse works and stuff like that. So it seems interesting. I mean, I feel like we probably know enough at this point to know whether you're going to want to play this game or not.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm very excited for it. And it still has a lot of stuff in its pre-order, but we already knew that stuff to begin with.
Yep. April 30th is when that's coming out.
Okay. That's pretty soon. A lot of these are a lot sooner than I thought they were.
A lot of Marches, a lot of Aprils, yeah. Let's see. Okay.
The Tokon.
Tokon. Yeah, they had they had this thing that was all about the Shi'ar Empire, and I was like, what is this is this a new game? And then I was like, oh right. Yes. Okay.
Well, once I saw it was in an anime style, I'm like, oh, this is Tokon.
Yeah.
Because I had the same thought originally.
So yeah, Tokon announced the full X-Men lineup. They're called the
Unbreakable X-Men.
Unbreakable X-Men.
And so it's 4 of them. It's Storm, and some of their voice actors are not the normal ones that we would see normally.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's just like it's interesting that we've gotten some new blood.
Yeah.
And then Magic shows up, who is the new Marvel darling from the X-Men, because she's in fucking like everything nowadays.
Yeah.
And then
Wolverine.
It's Wolverine by Steve Blum again. We haven't seen Steve Blum as Wolverine in quite some time. Because even in the beat 'em up, it wasn't him.
And then apparently the Danger Room is a robot or something.
Yeah, that's from, I want to say, the Grant Morrison run.
Oh,
is what I want to say, or that, or the Joss Whedon run. It's one of the Astonishing X-Men runs.
Oh, I think it's Joss Whedon because I'm pretty familiar with the whole Grant Morrison run. I don't remember that one.
It's the Joss Whedon run, because there's a time frame where the Danger Room became the life, and at first it was kind of evil for a bit, but then it became their friend. Type of thing. I think it was a guy though, if I remember, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've read it. I can't remember whether it was a guy or girl type of thing.
It's a strange choice, considering the number of X-Men that are out there to be like, and also the Danger Room robot. And I'm like, okay,
it's
I guess.
Yeah, you have a lot of. I think it's because the trailer's like tying them to the Shi'ar Empire.
Yeah,
I think that because the Danger Room, I think, is also like has some of that stuff in it because of Xavier's like relationship type thing. And we get to hear some of the English voices finally.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard the others, and it showed off a little more of the we finally have a full release date, because I don't remember if we had one before that.
Yeah, I
So
thought
now
we
it's
did,
August.
but August 6th.
I got to see some more of the pre-order stuff, but I think I might have forgotten the pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
But it was nice seeing it reiterated, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in the pre-order.
Yep, and they're teased that they're kind of looking to I think announce fighters in teams. And they said that there were there going to be 20 on launch.
Yeah,
so
there's gonna be and it's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the pre-order purely because I like some of those classic costumes more than the very anime costumes some of them have.
Yep. And then a bit of a surprise. No Wolverine. Sorry, I should have said at the beginning. No Wolverine this time. Even though it was very
there's Wolverine, but not the game.
Not that Wolverine.
Yeah.
A tease for apparently the God of War trilogy remake.
Yeah, they're remaking the first 3 God of Wars,
which I'm cautiously optimistic about. I haven't played God of War 2 because it's been so hard to get access to for a long time.
Yeah, you can only stream it.
And that one I remember being like my favorite one.
It's really good. God of War 2 is really good.
God of War 3, and then we got the new stuff out there. So I'm happy. I'm a little concerned about the fact that it's a remake. That they're gonna change stuff that I don't want them to change.
Look, Jeff, just because those sex mini games were good at the time.
What? Those ladies, they wanted to sleep with Kratos, okay?
Exactly. I do love that they brought the original Kratos back because I felt like he was getting forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like they brought him here to announce all this stuff.
And he's having a great time with it.
He's having a fan. He's like, I'm back, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You're not getting rid of me. Type of thing. And he still has it. He's still got the voice, and I'm very excited for him. Yeah, that means that he's probably gonna they're probably gonna have him redo lines for the trilogy.
It also would be nice if we had God of War in a place where all 3 of the games looked the same, because God of War 3 had such a jump that.
And also, God of War 1 and 2, as we mentioned, is impossible to get unless you have either a PS2 or a PS3.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, the HD version of 1 and 2 is only a PS3 game.
Yeah.
And you can only stream those.
Which sucks.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. I guess, if it does well, it's possible that we might end up with a remake of the PSP ones, because I've never even played those, and
those
I heard
are
they're really good.
You can play those as well. I think you actually can download those on the PlayStation 5 currently.
Yeah,
but I think those are like normal ones. But
I guess
it
always comes up as a thing to test PSP emulation functionality, because those are the hardest ones to emulate.
Because I think I've only tried a few of those PSP emulations.
And then Crazy Pants. Here's another game: God of War: Sons of Sparta. From Mega Cat Studios, the people that made that Into the Pit Five Nights at Freddy's game that Michael and I like. 2D side-scrolling pixel-based prequel about Kratos back when he was a little boy.
This caught me the fuck off guard.
Little baby Kratos.
I was like, they made a GBA game for God of War, apparently.
Yep.
That's what it feels like.
So, I don't know. And it's out today.
Which also caught me off guard.
$30.
It's $30?
Okay. $30, so I'm assuming that it's got some meat behind it, but I don't know. It's very weird. It's just a format I've not seen God of War in really ever.
Oh, absolutely not. Especially child Kratos.
Right.
Like, it's one thing if it was like Kratos as like a teenager joining the military or something.
Yeah.
This is like, and he's like 12, murdering all the things.
He looks like at the beginning of 300, the way that the dude looked a little older than that. A little older than just being like a total baby, but like
it's Kratos babies, and I think that's really interesting.
It's weird because he's got like a shaved head, but it's got stubble on it, and his skin is not white. So
yes. A lot of people forget that his skin did not start off that way.
Yep. So God of War: Sons of Sparta out right this very day. That was the presentation. So there's some good stuff in there. A lot of stuff we already knew.
Yeah.
I was excited to see Silent Hill. I was excited to see Castlevania come back. I'm excited. I'm actually kind of excited about the God of War remakes, just because those games are hard to get at. So,
yes. And I'm also excited, that Metal Gear Solid 4 is finally out of the streaming and PS3 jail. So I can finally just play those games in a way that I don't feel that the game's going to fuck me over type of thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool stuff in this state of play. Not like some of them, not with some of the stuff we didn't expect, like a chicken character action game.
Right.
But some stuff we did expect, like the Ghost of Yotai thing, Saros Marathon, that kind of thing.
New Kina game. They started with a new Kina game. That's so weird. Like,
I mean, all we know is that we're waiting for Knack 3, guys. I'm just saying.
Fucking Knack remastered, Knack 1 and 2 remastered.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got 25 minutes to get through as many stories as we can, Michael. That means it's time for the lightning round. There was a Diablo thing last week. They're adding warlocks to everything.
Oh, also speaking of Saros, the actor for that is the same actor for the Warlock.
Okay. They're adding a new class to Diablo 2 Remastered, Diablo 4, and Diablo phone shit, whatever it's called, whatever. That's why this trailer has 3 different warlocks in it.
Oh, is that what's
one
going
of
on?
them is the Diablo 2 one. One is Diablo 4 one. One of them's for the Diablo phone game.
Okay, so the Diablo 2 guy is the one I was talking about. He's played by Rahul Kohli.
Great. I mean, I don't know. I looked at it like, I don't know. There was a whole presentation. They showed the whole thing off. It looks, I don't know. I'm not into Diablo 2 anymore.
No,
I don't want to go back to Diablo 2.
I'm not really. Yeah, I love Diablo 2 at the time, but it's
it looks
I haven't done it in a long time.
Like a mid-range fighter that can summon demons, and then they added a bunch of new end-game updates and UI and quality of life, and then a bunch of new stuff to Diablo 2. And they were like, "Oh, we're being very respectful. We don't want to paint over the Mona Lisa." And I'm like, "Bitch, Diablo 2 is not the Mona Lisa."
No,
okay, like fuck off.
You guys are full of yourself. I'm sorry,
but
you can do what you want because it's the remastered of it. It's not the original one.
Yeah. Also, as people pointed out online, for this, they also put Diablo 2 on Steam. It wasn't on Steam before. It was only on Battle.net. That Warlock expansion is $25.
Just the expansion is $25.
Just the expansion is $25.
That's quite a bit considering
for one character.
Yeah.
Like so, it's Blizzard's definitely doubling down on that. Like, we're going to charge a lot for not that much.
They generally don't care anymore.
There was some other stuff too. I don't know. There's quality of life stuff. Diablo Immortal. There's a new area in Diablo Immortal. Andariel is coming back in there. The Lord of Hatred expansion is going to have the Warlock as in addition to the Paladin. There's and apparently the Lord of Hatred expansion for Diablo 4 is huge. They're buffing out the skill trees. They're doing some more stuff. And they said they've got a huge announcement for BlizzCon in September.
Don't you guys have phones? Sorry.
That they didn't do here. I don't know. It's like it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. The problem is Blizzard's lost all my goodwill.
Yeah.
Did you talk about the Overwatch thing last week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the main reasons. A good example of why
we got some more
I don't
Overwatch.
fucking care about them.
Yeah. We got a new report that apparently Nexon is making a shooter for Blizzard, and this is another attempt to make a StarCraft shooter.
Interesting.
This is a different shooter than the one that Jason Schreier reported on in his book Play Nice. So, and this is Nexon. So they've gone into full-scale development on a new game using the StarCraft IP. I feel like the StarCraft IP is cursed, and nobody can make a thing happen with it.
That's what I was going to say, too. I don't think StarCraft is... as much as I like the idea, I don't know if that's going to work out for them.
Yep. And then it's there's another bit of Overwatch controversy. I don't know. This is a weird one, so I'll try to do it as fast as I can.
I know like vague things about it.
Right. So there's a new hero called Onron, and she was she's a fire hero that's part of the new thing. They're saying that like her face is almost identical to the faces of Juno and Kiriko. And the thing is that this particular character, they had a little short that had her and her brother, and they both get invited to Overwatch. And they do a little sparring session. And the thing is that they showed her face in here, and she's got a nose like a person.
Yeah.
And she's got a chin like a person. And then when they put her in the game, she basically has this like button nose and like little chin, and
yeah, she does not look like the same animation I just saw.
She kind of looks like this like she looks like she's like everybody else.
That's really fucking stupid.
Yeah, so like the big thing is with her nose, right? She had a nose. She had like an actual human nose that went places, and now she's got that little like beep 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 little anime button nose.
Not
like,
even close to the same fucking character.
Yeah, and so people are like, well, look, why did you change the character that you already showed us when you put them out? Like, they were on the roster to be put out. To Blizzard's credit, they're actually talking about making changes to the character. So the voice actress for the character also came out and was like, yep, I think they should change her, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's pretty lazy, especially if based on the evidence that they kind of look.
Yeah, this is
like
the one
other characters
with the side by side in the profile where you could really see.
Yeah, those are two completely different characters.
The pointy chin.
That's your stunt double. Chin is what they got.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck.
Which is weird because it's not like the character before with the nose was unattractive or anything.
Yeah.
And it's not like there aren't already like 8 other women on the team that have the look of the current one.
Yeah,
like,
you should make them look like what you showed, guys. That's dumb. That's really dumb.
Anyway, we'll see how that goes. We don't have time to just drag Blizzard for that long. Yeah. Overwatch, because of that new update, hit its best concurrent player count on Steam, which it hasn't been on as long as other places.
Yes.
But only Steam actually shows player count. So it got up to 165,000 last weekend, which is respectable numbers for Overwatch. So.
Yeah, especially because it's not Overwatch 2 anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's Overwatch 1. So it gets to combine with the Overwatch 1 numbers.
Exactly.
Highguard has been putting in some updates. So the first thing they did was after we played it, they put in a 5v5 mode. And then last weekend they did some more stuff. They unlocked a new warden that can see, like, when people are damaged, he can see them through walls, I think, to see that they're damaged. They also highlighted, like, the chests on the map to try to force people into combat during the gathering phase.
Yeah.
And they cut down the fortify phase at the beginning to get people into the game faster, all of which are probably good steps in the right direction. But unfortunately, the other Highguard news this week is that what was it like? It was like
half their team.
Half the team was laid off. So, yeah.
It's real bad. The news from it, like, there's quite a few people that are talking about it. I saw a news story about a guy saying that they were all very hopeful when it was being made. Like, everyone we talked to was like, this is the best game ever. You got a hit on your hands. It sounds like they were in a bubble.
Yeah.
Like a bubble that they could not escape. And the problem is, before they could escape that bubble, Jeff Keighley walked into the bubble and went, here's a free spot for no money whatsoever at the Game Awards.
Yep.
And the second that happened, he says it went downhill immediately.
Of course.
And that's where you're at now.
Hugely review bombed, which would disincentivize people from checking it out that might be into it, even though it's free. So, I mean, now let's be fair here. All of that aside, I think it was a bad game.
No, it wasn't a very good game.
3v3 was an insane proposition. Like, Counter-Strike has like teams of like 7, right?
Yeah.
The idea of 3v3 in a shooter game with that many mechanics, I thought, was a terrible idea.
And you die in like 8 seconds, no matter what you do, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's like it was a bad game.
Yeah.
Like, I hope the update makes the game passable enough, but if you needed the game to be a success that much right out the gate, you probably should not have made that.
Yep. Also, Riot laid off 80 people last week from the 2XKO team because it didn't take off the way that they wanted it to.
Well, not only that team, 160 people on a fighting game that only came out with 10 characters is stupid as fuck.
It is.
What were they doing?
I don't know. Yeah. They were like, yes, we didn't get enough traction to maintain that level of team, so we're laying people off, which sucks.
Yeah, that one I'm actually like, that should never have happened to begin with.
Speaking of stuff that sucks, it's only tangentially related, but apparently starting in March, maybe. Okay, go along with me here. Discord announces that in March, everyone's accounts are going to be set to T for teen, which means that you can't access age-restricted servers, like mine. And the only way to get unage-restricted is you have to take a picture of your face and send it to Discord, who had a huge hack in October where a whole bunch of people's personal data got leaked.
Yes.
People were like, that sucks and no, and fuck you, I'm going to cancel my Nitro subscriptions. So then Discord comes out and goes, whoa, guys, let's not be too hasty. Most of you, nothing's going to happen because our AI behind the scenes that's been harvesting all of your data can already tell how old you are based on your posts. That's better, right?
It's much better.
So you don't have to do anything because we already know, because we've already been creating a profile about you on our servers, whether you wanted it or not.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to do anything. And it's like, motherfucking fuckers. Look, just turn off the UK and quit fucking us all around the rest of the world.
Yeah.
This is America, and we don't put jack shit on jack shit, and you do whatever. I don't like this because it means that people might have to do this horse shit to come to my Discord server, which would make them less apt to come to my Discord server, which could directly affect my fucking bottom line. And
Yes,
I'm like, fuck
exactly.
you guys.
There was something that made me laugh, though, is that it turns out the last time they did this, the way people were getting around it was the Death Stranding photo mode.
Yep, they pointed their phone at Norman Reedus, and they were like, "Yeah, you're like 50."
It's like, yeah, you're cool.
So I hope that they end up. I hope this ends up like Unity, where they end up being forced to fully reverse course.
Yeah.
Let's see. Remedy's got a new CEO.
Oh yeah.
The last CEO resigned October of last year, but now Jean-Charles Gaudachon is in. We'll see how this goes. Apparently, the last CEO left kind of because Firebreak sucked.
Firebreak
that was under their
did really badly.
Their watch. People are a little bit upset about the new guy because he led the Battlefield Heroes team.
Oh God!
As well as like his last few jobs were with some actual gambling websites, like adding monetization, like additional collection monetization on top of the gambling, like unlocks on top of the gambling on the gambling websites.
Oh, this is a bad thing.
And they're like, oh now
no.
there's nothing to say that, like, without an edict from the fucking devil, without Andrew Wilson telling you fucking monetize it. Maybe don't monetize it, or maybe Control 2 has a battle pass. We will only
Jeff,
know later in the year.
I've seen this episode of Superman the Animated Series where they're like, Mala had nothing to do with the takeover of Krypton. She was following orders.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not what happened there.
Yep. There's a new Yakuza game out, and it looks like they really done fucked it up.
Yeah, this is the Kiwami 3, is it called?
Mm-hmm. Kiwami 3. So here's the headline. The remake cuts about 88 sub-stories from Yakuza 3, taking that total down to 31 from
crazy.
What is ostensibly 112. So in the original there was 112, now there are 31. There's been a lot of talk about how the RGG team has fucked up this whole series by trying to make annual releases. Like, last year we had the fucking comedy game Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii with fucking Goro Majima. Also, they're part of that. Part of the content was Kiryu meeting a transgender person and being like, "Wow, you got a lot of problems with your life. Keep your head up and keep on going." And people are like, why?
Yeah, that was a bad move in today's climate, unfortunately.
And so there was like some question about because that was a real person who played that character, and about how changing it up, I think there might have been some controversy with that person. They might not have wanted to do that, but then they changed the main antagonist to a guy. I went and looked. We don't have time to go down this rabbit hole. He had a fucked up story, right?
Yes.
Like, he was accused of some stuff, but then I went further down that rabbit hole, and I was like, what the actual shitballs happened over here? Not just that, but they changed the character model to match that guy.
Yes.
So a lot of reasons that Yakuza Kiwami 3 is maybe not as good.
A lot of weird ideas that are going on in there.
Yeah.
And the only way to get the original version is to buy the...
It's like a big
Super
collector's
pack
edition of like $120 or
yeah.
something. So yeah, it's kind of a bad move, and we haven't seen as many bad moves by the RGG team as other teams.
This is the laziest thing they've done, and then as well as making just weird fucking decisions.
Yeah, disappointing. Apparently, also some people have said that the Dark Tides side story also has an ending that kind of clashes with what is known about the character that is in there.
Okay.
It would require like me watching the end cutscene and then looking up what happened originally, so I didn't do that. But people online have said, many people have reported.
Yeah, I heard it's like a bad retcon, but I don't remember how it ends either.
Yeah. Okay, Build a Rocket Boy, CEO, the co-CEO Mark Gerhard of Mind's Eye, is a crazy person. He is out there saying.
Well, we already knew he was a crazy person, but what new happened?
No. He's a really crazy person. He basically said that there is a quote very big American company unquote called Ritual Network, a YouTube and TikTok management agency, which has been paid more than $1 million to completely tank the reputation of Mind's Eye across the internet. And
so he has a name now for what his pain is.
Yep. One of the people that works for that channel put out a thing that was talking about apparently one of the people in there were in some files that came out recently, and there's been a whole thing with that. One of the Rockstar people used to be in there, and he's like, I am going to ruin them. I am going to sue them into the ground. Now, this company is a UK-based company.
Of course they are.
Whose total net worth is like $700,000. Like, so they're like, people asked them about this craziness, and they were like, I have no fucking idea what this guy is talking about. And he is like, I have proof. I have proof that they are deliberately sabotaging my enterprise.
Oh my God.
This guy is crazy. And okay, so we got this whole cake made out of poopies, and here's the cherry. At the end of this, he said he's gonna put their real life names into an upcoming mission pack in Mind's Eye where you have to kill a bunch of people.
What the fuck?
And he's going to take the names of the people that work in this company and put them into the game. And I'm like, they're based in the UK. I'm pretty sure they can sue you for that. Like,
that's like hella illegal, I think.
Yep.
But also, what?
Yeah. Yep. It's great. I don't know how this ends up being like. Here's the quote. We will use these people, these names, and these facts for our own fun. We're going to put some of these names in our upcoming spy mission. Like, I don't know how a completely insane person ends up running a company, but it at least makes for very good headlines.
Well, yeah, fucking Io was like, well, we're going to slowly back away from all of this.
Yep.
And just pretend this never happened.
Never happened.
Because holy shit, man.
Speaking of craziness, there was an interview with the Danganronpa team, Kazutaka Kodaka, where they were like, hey, you've worked for big companies before, and then you made a game about high school students that murder each other. How did you do that? And he was like, well, I lied whenever they asked what we were doing. And if they told me to put something in, I would say, yeah, I'll do that. And then we just didn't do it. And so we just lied to the CEOs, and we made whatever fucking game we felt like. And that's what you have to do if you're an artist, because you can't be beholden to these guys. And they were like, well, what happens if they found out? And he's like, well, if they find out, it's the guy that hired you's fault. So they're going to fire them.
Yeah.
So then we just keep lying even harder. And I'm like, damn, man, I appreciate the upfront honesty there.
So my favorite thing about this is there are two or three different creators who have said the exact same thing.
Yep.
And have proven it.
Yep.
The guy who was the head writer of Spider-Man the Animated Series lied all the fucking time. Or he would trick them into things. Like they would walk in. He's like, hey, I want to do a story about Carnage. And they're like, well, why would we want to do that? He's like, well, think of the toys that you'll sell if you do that. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, think of the toys we could sell if we did that. So he kept throwing action figures at them to get them to let him write whatever story he wanted to write. And then there's there's another guy, I forgot who it was. He was also a guy who made a game, and he's like, yeah, anytime somebody was like, well, I think you should make that change, he's like, of course. And he would wait like a couple days, go, I made that change, and they would look at it and go like, fantastic, and would walk off. And then there's a musician who had a switch on his guitar. He called it the producer switch, which is anytime they're like, well, that sounds kind of weird, could you like play it differently? He's like, yeah, I could do that for you. And he would flip the switch on his guitar, play the exact same fucking thing he was doing before. And they're like, yeah, that's perfect, that's wonderful. And then just go on with his life.
Yeah.
It's hilarious how much you have to lie to get away with creativity, apparently.
It's great. It's great.
It's wonderful. I love it.
All right. Ooh, not much time. Okay. Ubisoft workers have gone on an international strike.
I'm shocked, Jeff.
3-day walkout. I mean, fuck, dude. What was that we had last week where it's like they fired like 25% of like the main branch?
Yeah, a huge amount of
Paris. And a lot of this is because of the return to office.
Yes.
Because there are people that were hired that were literally like, I don't live anywhere near this fucking place. And they were like, well, you got to come back to the office or you're fired. They're like, that wasn't the fucking deal, which I don't understand I don't understand this. I don't understand why they keep stabbing themselves in the gut repeatedly and going like, this is fine. This is fine.
Well,
like,
a lot of the RTO things are them trying to force them to quit.
Sure.
And like they just assume that they won't push back. The problem is that works in America.
Yeah. well,
Doesn't work anywhere else.
The other problem is it's like, if you're a very talented person who works remotely and you'd be like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna go get a job somewhere else. Whereas if you're like, damn man, I gotta keep this job, I can't get hired anywhere else, I guess I gotta start driving into the city every day to work at the stupid job. Like I think we've seen for years where Ubisoft is shedding talent.
Yes.
Which there's no comeback if all you've got left is fucking garbage. I'm sorry, people that work at Ubisoft. I'm not saying you're all garbage.
I'm not sorry about that. You guys have not made a good game in a while. Go on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they, I mean, also Ubisoft has been, this is one of those things where it's like, you could fuck around long enough where eventually you do have to find out. There is a point where if you fuck around long enough, you will find out. So
it's the point where fucking Darth Helmet walks in a room and goes, "I'm surrounded by assholes."
Right.
That's who you have left by the time you're done with this.
Yep. Let's see some random stuff. Amazon had a big fat Resident Evil Requiem Collector's Edition.
Oh, fun.
That they put up, and a bunch of people, the pre-orders sold out immediately. They put up a second round of pre-orders. Those sold out pretty immediately, and now people have reported that second round of pre-orders, a bunch of people in that round are just getting emails going like, nope, nope, sorry, nope.
Yeah.
So
all cans, that happens sometimes. They over pre-order.
Apparently, they overbooked what they could get from Capcom. So they're offering like a crappier Amazon specific version that doesn't have anywhere near as much.
Amazon does it a lot lately. They have Amazon exclusive versions of things.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
Sucks. Let's see. We had the announcement last week that HBO is making a Baldur's Gate 3 series.
Yes.
Craig Mazin, the guy that did The Last of Us and more importantly to me, Chernobyl, is apparently going to be the guy running it. He has apparently played 1,000 hours of Baldur's Gate 3, including beating the game on honor mode. However, there's a couple of red flags. One is that the whole thing is going to take place after the game.
Oh, that's a bad thing.
Which is a little bizarre considering you're going to be what I saw somebody on here that was like, the day they announce who's playing Astarion, the internet is just going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Like the entire internet will be on fire that entire day and nobody will be able to get anything done. Also, as previously mentioned, Larian has nothing to do with this anymore.
No.
Now, one of the Larian guys, like Sven Mickey, was like, well, I hope it turns out well. We had a fun time working on that. One of the other Larian writers, was just all over this. And anytime anybody replied, he was like, yeah, it's a dumpster fire. Yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it's going to be the fucking... And I was like, whoa. Like, I mean, not every game has to have the guy that made the game. Not every game has to have Todd Howard or fucking Druckmann on the staff. Like Sven Vicky doesn't have to co-write Baldur's Gate 3 with Craig Mazin.
Well, the other thing is that the problem with doing that, especially if you got the person who made the game story, is you now have to force the person who did that to condense what they think is the canon of it.
Yeah.
And that's a bad idea.
Yep.
That's a real bad idea.
There's also a lot of endings of Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't know. I'm like, a lot of people are ready to prejudge a thing, and I'm like, I don't know. That could be good. I liked Chernobyl. I didn't like Last of Us, but that was because I'm not a Last of Us guy.
I like the first season fine, but that's because the first season is just the first game, and he did a great job with that.
Yep. So I will reserve judgment until I see something, anything.
I will say, though, he took his name off the Borderlands movie because he helped write that Borderlands movie.
That's true.
But they changed a lot, according to him. So he's like, I don't want my shit fucking name attached to this bullshit.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. And then last but not least, I could not let this week go by, Michael, without a dumb AI story. Roblox has... So did you see the shit about the Google Genie thing? So there was a big downturn in game stocks because Google put out this thing called Google Genie, where you could play a crappy version of a game at 24 frames per second for like 2 minutes, and they did like just make Breath of the Wild, and it was like it just copied Breath of the Wild. People were like, that's it, games are, we don't need developers anymore, it's fucking over, it's done.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Of all people, what was it, the 2K guy, the head of 2K.
Oh, the head of 2K. I can't remember his name.
I've said too many game developers' names that I can't remember.
It's something specific that I don't remember only because it's German or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. He came out and he was like, well, guys, tools are not creativity. We could use this to...
That's not how this works, guys. You can't just keep fucking doing this dumb shit expecting that to work.
God, who the fuck is it? Anyway, never mind. Anyway, Roblox came out with a similar thing this week. Here's Roblox saying, in our research lab, we're building real-time dreaming, the ability to generate fully playable video game worlds prompted from any text or image. Our real-time action conditioned world model, currently running internally at 16 frames per second, 832 by 40p, is trained on a combination of data from all over the place. Everywhere. And what's the first thing that you see on the screen, Michael, when we look at the presentation? A woman in a glowing cave. That's just Expedition 33.
Yeah, that's the whole
bad.
outfit. Yeah.
It's got the character. She's in one of the levels, like the second level of Expedition 33. And all of this looks like trash.
Yeah, she turned around to walk, but her body morphed into her front.
Yep.
Instead of anything
she's like
else.
carrying a sword, but it doesn't work. And then they do other stuff, and it looks even worse.
This looks super stupid.
Yep. It looks awful.
Yeah, that bird just double jumped, but it just landed directly on the thing.
Aztec warrior flying on a Quetzalcoatl near floating islands, and it's like, wow, that looks like
that Avatar game.
100% trash. Everything over here has like 2 years ago AI filter slop on it. Like,
this is awful.
And then there's a point in this video where they bring up the prompt and they're like, have him land and get off of the thing, the bird. And it's awful. It doesn't look anything like that. And then the guy just goes,
happening?
He's off. And it's like, cool.
That's upsetting.
So
I feel sick.
Yeah, I watched this and I was like, so if this is what you guys think the future of video games are, then I'll be more than happy to start playing board games.
If the future of gaming is bad, then I'm just going to hang on to what I have and not buy anything new ever again.
Yeah.
Because what the actual fuck, guys?
Yeah. Strauss Zelnick.
That's
Strauss Zelnick. God damn it. That was okay.
I knew it was German in some way. The Strauss part. I remember the Strauss part.
Yep. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We come back. You'll never guess. There's even more trailers to look at. So we'll be back in just a minute. And we have more trailers left to go, Michael.
Yes.
Because, Sony wasn't the only one to put out some bullshit this week.
No, somebody showed up with a U-Haul trailer and dropped off a bunch of nonsense and walked off.
I actually almost forgot. I almost skipped a thing that happened last week.
Okay.
That happened right after, right when I was recording with Amanda. So, but hey, you know what? We're going to start off with one of our favorites. No Man's Sky's got something new. A gravity gun.
Oh, my God.
A salvage mode and a bunch of flatbed trucks and spider trucks to haul salvage around on to then put into giant incinerators and turn into resources to clean up planets in No Man's Sky Remnant.
A trailer about trailers.
Yep. So, which was not on my bingo card list for the next thing to do in a No Man's Sky game.
Look, every time I think I understand what No Man's Sky is, they add another thing to it.
Yep.
And I can't help but be like, my God, man.
I also think that part of this though is that they're working on that yes woman's land or whatever, and every time they add something to that, I think they just roll it into this engine. They give it to one guy who makes a bunch of assets and then they put it in there. So they probably put in physics in there, and then they were like, okay, well, we'll just put that in No Man's Sky now. Like,
I can't believe No Man's Sky is what it is, man.
It's still getting
what
updates.
what a fucking like bang for your buck that fucking thing is if you bought it not day one, but like when it was really cheap.
Yep.
Because holy shit,
it's been cheap a bunch of times. Yeah, everybody should probably buy it just in case they put like a fighting game in next or something. Like, I don't know.
It's gonna have a dating sim in it.
Yep. Some kind of programmable.
It's gonna have Half-Life 3 in it.
No Man's Sky has Half-Life
with this gravity gun. They're on their way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see from there. Michael, I know you're not the biggest fan of Overwatch. We got some Overwatch stuff. So the big thing that's happening with Overwatch now is the Talon versus Overwatch. It's the current season, you pick a side, and then depending on if your side wins, you get more rewards. So they came out with what I think is actually a pretty good thing. It was 2 little promo videos, one for Talon and one for Overwatch, that basically make the case of like, you should join us and fucking rule the world.
Join Cobra.
Yeah. But it's, it's pretty cool. There's a bunch of people in Talon that I like, and then they had the Overwatch one that was like, yeah, we're the good guys. Check us out.
There's like 3 of us.
We like a bunch of stuff. Here's some art from the original game.
You remember when you liked us?
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
In POG form.
So, yeah. And then we got a full-on... We talked about it a little bit last week, but we got a full-on trailer for the new Heroes. I don't know if you're familiar with them, Michael. But,
no, I know, like, I've heard of them, but I don't know enough about them. 5
new heroes came out. There is probably Jetpack Cat is the one that everybody likes the most, which is like a support hero that can literally, their ultimate is that they can pick up enemies.
Oh.
So they can literally like bat them off the side of the map.
Oh, that's fun. I was talking to somebody about that. Apparently the cat was in like the art book for the first game.
Yes.
So they were like somebody they were working on for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a new tank. There's this lady that's got these big robot arms. She's a new tank. There's that Onron character we talked about before who's like a flame.
Does not look like they were.
Like a flame damage character. There's this guy Mizuki who's like a heal, like kind of a chain healer, and then there's another guy that's kind of like Soldier 76, but he's just kind of like a Emre who's just kind of got like a gun, but it's like a 3-round burst gun, and a lot of his stuff is kind of just based on like very kind of Halo-esque shooting, as opposed to the weird stuff that you see in Overwatch.
That's not a bad thing to have more characters like that.
Yep.
Especially with how popular the Punisher is in Marvel Rivals.
Yep. I don't know. Whole thing. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I don't know if this is going to... I don't think this is going to make me try the game out or anything, but they are trying harder than they have been before.
I feel like they learned their lesson of they fucked up real bad before we really need to start paying attention to what people wanted again.
Yeah. A drop of 5 characters and a year-long event, and they're going to have 5 more characters that come out over the course of the year. Yeah. So... Okay.
Honestly, seeing this many characters and all these differences in them, I can see why it had to hit like the high.
Yes,
the high that it has.
Of course, some people I read some people online that were like, what's difficult is trying to figure out how to combat the meta of 5 new characters like in the same fucking day.
That is kind of funny. I didn't think about that, Dodo.
So, speaking of characters, new characters, we got Elsa Bloodstone up in Marvel Rivals. So
probably the most obscure character in the entire thing.
Yeah. I feel like Elsa Bloodstone's also a thing that they're kind of trying to make a thing because she was in that Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, she was in Werewolf by Night. She's also, I want to say, in Midnight Suns at some point, but I can't remember.
Maybe?
No, wait. No, I think she was part of an event they did recently, a comic event they did.
Okay.
And so they were like really trying to like... They're like, hey, kids, that's Elsa Bloodstone. And you'll be like, who?
Your favorite.
And so when they announced, I remember when they did the Deadpool announcement, and they're like, and look at this character. Every fucking big streamer is like, I don't know who that is.
Elsa Bloodstone.
Or me in the corner is like, wee, like clapping.
So I have a little bit of an issue with this character design, and it's that I want her ponytail to be as long as it was in Next Wave Agents of Hate, because she had the really long red ponytail.
Yeah, actually, I just remember the game that they added her to. It was Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the other time they tried doing that.
I mean, she's a lady what has guns and like demon powers, so
she's a great fucking
pretty easy to integrate her into the gameplay.
She is a Van Helsing basically, and so that's a very easy thing to do.
Yeah,
especially, and it makes sense to have her. Like she's a there's a lot of monster type storylines that they do in this.
Yep.
In this Marvel, like for some reason, Marvel Rivals is really into like monster storylines.
Yeah.
Like with Dracula and werewolves and shit like that. So it's surprised that she wasn't added beforehand.
Yeah, and apparently her ult is this giant demon that can come out and do stuff. So yeah.
I'm happy that she's getting some love.
Me too. I just want her ponytail to be bigger. Speaking of Marvel Cosmic Invasion got an update, and then after I watched this trailer, I was like, oh, it's like a bunch of new. So in the beginning, they have this little text that comes up, and it says like, new hero palettes are here, and I thought, oh, there's a new hero, and there's palettes, and they're all here. No, there are new hero palettes.
Look, Jeff, they got this all wrong.
Yes.
Money down.
So there's some matching palettes for some of the characters. Like they basically, it's like what Wolverine and She-Hulk have like a yellow and black costumes, and so they kind of match a little bit. So that's just what it is, and it's a free update. It's not a big deal. I don't think any of these are actually references to any specific thing.
I think Wolverine's is the closest. She-Hulk's are the closest because it's got that Kill Bill yellow black sort of thing. But and maybe Iron Man's, but that's because that motherfucker has armor in every goddamn color.
True. So yeah, but Marvel Cosmic Invasion is also awesome. You should totally play it.
Yeah, they have a lot of collabs that they just keep doing stuff with.
I'm waiting for them to put out new characters because the fucking Ninja Turtles game had like everyone.
It took a while though, for them to add some of them though.
Yeah.
So
put Elsa Bloodstone in there. Okay, so this is the one that I don't know if you've watched that I missed last week.
I know of it, but I didn't watch it.
Horizon Hunters Gathering. I believe that this is the reason why they were so aggressive with the lawsuit, because they are making an online game. This is a Horizon online game. It's got a completely different look. It looks like Arcane.
Yeah.
It is an online multiplayer co-op kind of MMO where you play in teams of like 3 or 4. You're going to different parts of a map, like for a mission, and you're picking up like upgrades and power-ups and stuff, and building out your characters, and then attacking, like grinding the monsters or grinding the robots, and then there'll be like a big boss monster.
Okay.
And it's all in this weird art style, which is very different than a lot of the Horizon stuff. In this trailer, they show that one dude, I forget his name.
I forgot it too, because I didn't really play the games that much, even though they were like really beloved type of thing.
And Aloy tells him like, it's up to you now. You got to do the thing. So he like recruits a bunch of hunters, and there's a bunch of them. There's like a dude with a bow, and there's like a lady with a sword and a pet robot dog, and there's like a bigger lady who's like a thief. There's like an old man with a hammer that I like a lot. There's like this lady with a stick. So they kind of got all their bases covered. And there's like kind of like a wild child kind of character, little Tarzan kind of coded. Yeah. And then big old man that looks like
he looks a lot like that guy from Overwatch. I forgot his name.
He kind of looks like Romeo's dad from Romeo's a Dead Man to me. But
he looks like that one explodey guy, but like as an old man, but not like
Junkrat.
So he looks like a lot like Junkrat, but without all the shit on his face.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. So yeah, they had a little teaser trailer. I thought they were going to end up like not showing actual gameplay, but they did show. It's a little bit less stylized than the trailer, but it still has some kind of stylization. It's still a lot
more stylized than the main game is.
Yes.
Because the main game is very realistic, where this looks like the Netflix show version, if that makes sense.
A lot of primary colors, a lot more colorful. So it's interesting. I don't know. Like it is an actual third person like action game, right? So it's not like an MMO like Hit Attack, right?
It feels more like a Monster Hunter game.
Yeah.
The way they were fighting just the one thing.
Yes.
And then they just go out in the world and then find it, I guess.
Apparently each character has multiple roles, so you can kind of pick the character that you want, then you can pick whether it's like healer or damage or tank or stuff like that.
That's a very good thing to do. So you don't get stuck with like being the one guy doing the thing.
And then there's a bunch of like perks that you can unlock. So apparently I think I look at it a little bit, it looks a little bit like Fortnite, where you're kind of going around the map killing creeps and picking stuff up and then like leveling up, and then once you're powerful enough you'll go and fight a monster. I gotta be honest, like I'm way more into that than I am into the high guard model.
Yeah. I've always been more of a PvE like multiplayer game
Yeah.
I've just liked that more because I like the idea of working together more than I like the idea of having to fight random people that do not have 40-hour-week jobs.
Right. So yeah, it's an interesting idea.
I love his shirt, by the way. One of the devs is wearing a shirt that just says "Music Band" on it.
I believe that's the new shirt that Butthead wears.
I think so
because they can't put like Metallica on it anymore, so it just says Music Band instead.
I like that he's wearing it because he knows that helps him out.
Yeah,
I think that's really fun. Though.
So yeah, there's a few different game modes and stuff. It's kind of an interesting thing. They put a little 9-minute presentation. I think they did a good job. They also were very specific about like, look, guys, we are not done making single player games. We just decided we wanted to try something.
Yeah.
So we're trying this out. We're going to see how it goes.
And it's not a big old MMO either. If it was that, then that would have taken away from them much more. But if it's just like another Monster Hunter-y type thing, I think that will work out just fine.
And they talked about there is a story, and you can play the game with bots. So you can just play the game single player with bots if you want, as opposed to having to play it with other people.
What a great thing for them to do with this thing. And like you said, it makes sense why they so aggressively were like, don't fucking do this.
Yeah. Online Horizon. No, bitch.
This is my shit. Get out of my house.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. Looks like it could be good. But at this point, it's hard to tell. Like, it could end up being something that has a decent audience, or it could end up being a thing that gets shut down in 6 months. I'm very unclear, Michael, at how much of a fandom Horizon actually has.
I can never tell because we talk to friends who are like, well, I really liked it, or we talk to another person who's like, I never fucking even tried it.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, maybe it's not that popular. And then they make a Lego game, and you're like, well, wait, how fucking popular is this thing?
Yep.
Like, it's hard to tell.
It is. Let's see. From there, we got the launch trailer for Romeo is a Dead Man. I hope you guys all went and watched those dojos. This was insanity even in the trailer because it's just this like rap song, and then like they're just showing not like a montage of cut scenes, but like they've got these funky, weird backgrounds, and then like scenes from the game come in, and then also there's like really poorly animated dudes like singing in the background, and it's got a bunch of Japanese text that I can't read on it, but like it's so strange.
Well, because part of it's trying to be like those Japanese karaoke songs.
Yeah.
But it's also just, like you said, just showing parts of the game randomly throughout them. Because I think that's I think it's supposed to be like the Japanese karaoke like lyric thing on the bottom.
Sure.
Because that happens in a lot of animes and just karaoke in general. Because that's why they have these weird fucking animations. Because I once walked into like this Korean restaurant that's nearby, and I remember seeing a thing that looked a lot like this.
Oh, okay. The animations are incredibly ugly.
Yeah, and that's clearly on purpose type of thing. Because a lot of those like weird Japanese karaoke or Korean karaoke bars have like just the worst animations.
I haven't seen that. I only see the ones where it's like the weird live action stuff that doesn't match the song.
No, I've seen similar lists to this recently.
Okay,
or not super recently, but like I think like a few years ago. That's why it's really working for me.
All right, there you go. Yeah, it's incredibly insane and completely fucked up, just like the game.
Yes,
this game is completely berserk.
Look, when you guys see the Grasshopper logo, you know what you're getting into. Don't fucking pretend you don't.
Well, I was trying to think, what was the last one? Because it wasn't the Hotel Barcelona was more sweary than Suda.
So were they No More Heroes 3?
Yeah,
I think they were No More Heroes 3.
Yeah,
I think it was the last thing they did.
Which is still, I think, trapped on just the Switch.
No, it's on everything now.
Oh, it is?
They released it on everything, I think, like a year ago.
Okay.
And I beat the shit out of that game. That game, it's not as good as the other ones, but it's still a pretty fun game.
Speaking of craziness, we got a trailer for a game called Might Rhea, which is it's such a weird game. It's like some kind of schoolgirl superhero fighting monsters thing. But it's all like live streamed. Like part of it, the idea is that it's on a live stream, but then there's like professional heroes, but then it's got some like weird, the main character has some like Beautiful Joe giant hand laser things coming out. I don't know. I watched this and I was like, I don't know how to feel about any of this. But then it started looking at a certain point. There's some very generic guys, but then there's like a big hero that's got like an American flag cape that reminds me a lot of like a My Hero Academia character.
I'm a big fan of dumb American characters in Japanese games.
And then there's like a bunch of demons who are the the demon lords that I guess you're fighting, and they're all bizarre. And it's like a third-person action game, and I don't know where the fuck this came from because it looks really weird, but kind of compelling. Yeah,
I like the idea of this whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is there's so many things happening in this trailer that it's hard to tell what I'm supposed to be. And a lot of big-breasted villains.
A lot of big-breasted villains. Thing. Yep. And they were like on the moon for some reason, and I don't know. There's giant like stuff on the screen. I don't know. I can't tell what's going on in here, but it seems like it could be interesting, or at least like a fun AA kind of.
It's got a fun idea, yeah.
Funk game, so
it could be fun depending on what.
Yeah,
it
that
is.
guy. It looks. The cape is almost exactly like the lady from America, the American Hero, My Hero Academia. So
that's really fun. What is this called? Might Rhea.
I don't.
When does this come out? Did it say?
Q2 of this year.
Okay.
Yep.
I am curious. You have my curiosity. You don't have my attention yet, but you have my curiosity.
That game Replaced finally has a demo.
Oh, yes.
The game where you play as an AI that's in a person's body, like a computer that accidentally gets caught in the body of a human.
We've been watching this for a while.
Yeah, it was several years back. They even delayed it. The last time we saw it, they delayed it because they were like, we're not going to delay it again. We're going to make sure it's all the way ready to go, and then we're going to put it out. So there's a demo out now, and the game itself has a March 12th release date. So,
nice.
Yeah. I
hope it's good.
I do too. I went and looked up the demo, and the big complaint seemed to be that it was a little short.
Okay. Well, it's going to be on Game Pass, so that's good.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of demos, we got there's going to be a demo for Echo Generation 2. That was the kind of turn-based voxel.
Oh yeah,
like it was like kids on bikes in the suburbs in the first game.
Yeah,
and now it looks like it's going full Stranger Things, where it's just like the girl with psychic powers breaking out of the government facility. Which I'm like, okay, I didn't even know if that first game was popular enough to have a sequel. But
I didn't even know either. Yeah. Well, Stranger Things must have really like made that game work out for them.
I guess so,
because some people just want stuff that's similar to things like that.
Yeah, because this definitely has some Stranger Things vibes to it.
100%.
So, yeah, but there's a demo out. You can check it out, and I don't think the game itself has a full release date yet.
It says the demo itself has one, but
yeah. Let's see. We finally got a release date for Directive 8020. Along with a new trailer.
This game, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The new supermassive kind of Solaris / The Thing on a space station trailer. It looks like they're doing, it just looks like what it is. You make decisions. It's a space station where you can't trust anybody. Yeah. I don't know. They kind of go through and I like the iconography. I like horror in space. It's got a kind of weird space horror thing.
And it looks like they worked a lot harder on this than they did the last ones they've done.
Well, Event Horizon stuff. Well, as long as it's real, it doesn't turn out to be somebody's dream.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with it because they burned me too many times.
Yeah.
Quarry was good though. I like the Quarry. And Until Dawn was obviously good. But the last thing I think they put out was the Until Dawn remake, right?
Yes. And I heard it wasn't as good as the original one for some reason.
Yeah. So yeah, May 12th. Finally got a full on release date. Let's see. We also got I don't know. I put this in here. So the Clive Barker's Hellraiser game got a new trailer. As with before, there's a version of this trailer that's got a lot more blood and nudity in it on their website that you literally just can't upload to YouTube because they're like, nah, bro.
No, it's a terrible idea.
I found out more about this. In the original one, it was mostly a teaser, and it wasn't entirely clear what was going on. This one was a little longer. It looks like there's a guy and a lady, and they're both really into each other, and they like to fuck all the time, but they also get a hold of the Hellraiser cube. The difference here being they kind of show the part of the trailer where the wall opens and the Cenobites come in. But what's different here is they show the guy. It looks like the girl gets taken by the Cenobites.
Yeah.
The guy goes into the Cenobite realm and then meets up with Pinhead, who then says, I'll let your girlfriend go if you go to Earth and do stuff for us.
Oh.
And so what the game is a first-person, incredibly bloody game where you are doing horrible shit to people for the Cenobites.
Oh my god, that's crazy as shit.
Which, like, I didn't know. I thought you played as the girl in the game. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So they show the guy, and then at the end they have a montage of him just like going around like fucking people up, and like you're using the lament configuration as like a weapon, and you've got like guns and bats, and like you're tearing people apart. They really censored a lot in the YouTube version, but
which, based on how bloody it probably is, like I get it.
Yeah.
I also appreciate them just making a game that's not one of those fucking 4-player things where somebody's the Cenobite or something.
Yep, run away from the Hellraiser games.
That's really kind of fun, actually. That's not what this is.
Yeah, I was actually, it made me more excited because it was like, oh, well, you know, the reason we like watching Hellraiser a lot of times is because of the crazy shit the Cenobites do.
Exactly.
And now it's like, well, you get to do that shit. And it's like, oh, cool.
Kind of exciting, actually.
It looks like there's an attack of that where you can hold up the lament, the cube, and chains shoot out from all the walls, grab enemies, and then rip them apart like they do with the guy at the end of Hellraiser. And I'm
That's
like, great.
I like you, game.
Yeah.
You have my attention.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, I'm much more excited after seeing that. Michael, did you know that Iron Lung just launched on the PS5?
I did not.
Yeah, they put out a trailer. I mean,
They made a whole movie to advertise it.
It's just Iron Lung. It's just the Iron Lung the game, but it's on the PlayStation now. So
That's crazy.
there you go. If you want to play Iron Lung, it's out there right now. Good move. Whoever on the PlayStation got them to do that, because it's all up on people's lips right now.
It was a
so.
great fucking move, because I've thought about it. I'm like, well, maybe I want to play this game.
Yep. We got some interesting horror games. Tape 101 Liminal Descent is another Backrooms game.
Okay.
Where you're kind of driving like a little drone around, and it's based on, apparently there's some kind of property that has like the back rooms, and then it's like hotels with nobody in them and like foggy streets. This one does appear to have some like man stores in it, which I appreciate, because I don't like it when the back rooms are just wandering and being lost. Also, the backrooms, for some reason, when you put them in the right engine and put enough of a video filter on them, they look really realistic.
Yeah, this one is really good at making it look really realistic, except for like a few things here and there.
Yeah,
that take you out of that exact moment. It's funny, the thing that one of the backroom videos that I saw that actually weirded me out was more funny than it is, but it still weirded me out.
Yeah,
is the idea that like somebody's visiting the back rooms and then there's a T-Rex in the back room because somehow the T-Rex like got transported into it and it's just been wandering around.
Yeah.
And so it was like unnerving, because you're just walking through, like, it looks like a bunch of hotel walls.
Right.
And then there's just a fucking T-Rex staring at you, and you're like, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that is kind of unnerving.
We also got this one called Lost Track that I was interested in. This appears to be a there was like a thing, and there's like an exclusion zone where there's anomalies, and you play as a team of people. It looks like it's an online multiplayer game where you're collecting resources in these exclusion zones, kind of like Pacific Drive, full of like weird anomalies.
Yeah.
But there's some that are much more dangerous, and then you're taking all of them back to a train, and then you're fueling the train with the anomalies in order to move on. Like, I like this. They show a fish that's bleeding like keyboard keys.
Yeah. That's a really cool visual.
Really cool looking stuff. Everybody's got like the big suits on, and it looks like, I can't tell if it's like a full friend slot game or if it's just like, anytime I see multiplayer now, I'm like, it's a friend slot game.
It's hard to tell, because friend slot games became very popular very quickly. And the funniest thing is, a lot of them are really fun.
Yeah. And you can you make like he makes a little like glowing ball stew, and then apparently that is what you put in the train to make it go. And
so you're feeding the train.
Going. Yeah.
Like literally feeding it.
So
that's fucking fun.
I like the idea. Like, sometimes games like this, and you can upgrade the train and, you know, go different places and whatever. But I like a lot of these games because this one has a kind of a very simplistic art style to it, but it works better than when they try to get too detailed, and then it ends up looking like kind of raggedy.
Yeah, and the anomalies end up looking really cool because everything's not supposed to be super realistic.
Yeah.
And when they do look a little realistic, it makes it kind of creepier.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it looks interesting. It was an announcement trailer, so there's not a lot more to it. Also, at the end, there's a gigantic fucking thing flying in the sky that you're shooting at.
Yeah, and then
So-
the origami monster thing too was also what really caught me off
Oh
guard.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know.
That thing is really cool.
Looked like the guy from Interstellar a little bit, the robot in Interstellar, except pointier.
And pointy things.
Yep. We also got, speaking of weird anomaly stuff, we got The Last Caretaker got a new update called Ocean: The Final Frontier that adds in some new boats and some new locations and some new salvaging tools. I still haven't checked this out because I kind of missed its original launch, and I'm now kind of just waiting for 1.0.
Yeah, I actually completely forgot it existed.
Yeah. This is the one where you play as like a robot that's in charge of like the last people in suspended animation on Earth, and you have to try to build a rocket to like make them go.
Yeah, it's a really fun idea.
Yeah, I think it's got pretty decent reviews, but just at this point, I've waited long enough that it's like, well, I don't want to play like version 3. I want to play like the final version. So
yeah, it's one of those things, you're better off type of thing.
we also got a dev diary for Subnautica 2. I put this in here mostly because I've been curious about Subnautica 2 for a while.
Yeah, I am too.
All the footage that I saw here, Michael, seemed like it was very early, super duper early. So I don't know. Maybe Crafton was onto something, but I don't know. There's that whole thing. They talk about one of the challenges being that like animations are different in third person than they are in first person.
Yeah.
Because like when you're swimming in third person, you need to be exaggerating for the multiplayer so you can see what people are doing. But then in first person, you don't want your hands right in front of your viewpoint at all times.
Yeah.
They showed some kind of interesting things where there was like a combined like water elevator where you could set a thing that goes like way down into the depths and then everybody can grab onto it and go down. So I don't know. It looks like it's coming along. I'm not sure if it's hard for me to tell from this whether they had enough to get into early access, but
I think they had enough early access wise, depending on if the multiplayer was part of the early access.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like if it's a single player early access, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
But if it was sold as a multiplayer game first off, then yeah, they were probably better off holding off.
Yeah.
At least based on the look of it.
It's a little rough around the edges, but then also I can't tell whether, I mean, like obviously some of this stuff is prototype phase.
Yeah, a lot of this is actual dev work stuff, so
Yeah.
we don't know how much of this is the actual final version and how much of it is it like them going, and this is us working on it type of thing.
And they were also very emphatic about the idea that you did not have to play it multiplayer. That you could really play this like Subnautica 1 single player, and there is no impetus to have to play it multiplayer.
I'm happy that they want to make sure that that's a thing.
Which is, yes, very good. Let's see. From there, oh yeah, we got the launch trailer for Reloaded. Michael and I did a Patreon
We did a
video
Patreon for this,
Yeah.
and we like the idea of it.
It was this trailer makes it seem very action packed.
Yes.
Well, for people who don't know, this was the game that was about heisting like stolen artifacts from museums that don't want to give them back to the cultures that what they came from. They show a lot more like tools and things that you can do to get places. When we were playing it, it was very simple. Like there was one kind of tool that was the guy that opens a door for you.
Which makes sense. It's the beginning of the game type of thing.
Yeah, but like some of the way that this stuff, some of the complexity here seems like it would be much appreciated from the start.
Yes.
As opposed to having to work for it, because the first couple of levels seemed like they were kind of basic.
And the other issue we had was that like we couldn't actually plan out the escape route very well.
Right.
The game's like plan it out. I'm like, how? Like I can only see so far out, and then
Yeah.
like you really just plan out how you get out the first time, and then after that you're just kind of fucked.
Yep. I still do like the art style though, and it is on Game Pass, so you can check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good, nice looking.
Oh yeah, speaking of stuff we played, we also played Mugenics. The launch trailer for that. It's funny, Michael. The launch trailer. There was a little song about rub a cat on a cat. And the cat becomes fat. And then what do you do with that fat cat? Like this whole thing. Because this is directly animated, like all of the cats look a lot better in this trailer than they do in the actual game.
Yeah,
because they're not like weird disconnected cats. Like they're all put together.
A lot of work was put into this.
Yeah,
and so that's why it all looks a little better.
And it looks pretty good. I don't know. People seem like they're really liking Mugenics right now. I was not as much of a fan
just
neither
not
Michael
for
nor
me.
I was found it to be really our cup of tea.
Yeah, it just comes down to the fact that it's not for me. It's for a very specific set of humor.
Yeah.
A very specific set of people
Yeah.
is the best way of putting it. And I don't mean that as like they're bad. It's just like they're more into that sort of tactics game too, as well as the weird mixture shit that it does too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We still got enough time here. Got an announcement trailer for a game called Adorable Adventures.
Interesting.
This is interesting. You play as a little boar, like a boar child.
Oh, that's
it's
fun.
A very like cute looking. Even
That
though
is adorable.
Those things are fucking terror on four legs in real life. But
well, how many guns do you think I need, Jeff, to take him down and his family?
You could sniff the air. You could find like little plants. You could find your family, and then you get a bunch of little boars running around, and it's pretty adorable. They're jumping around. They're being little cutie pies. This is an adorable adventure, jumping in piles of leaves, rolling down hills and stuff. So, yeah, it seems all right.
Yeah,
little hats.
It is adorable.
Yep. Coming sometime this year. So, yeah, check it out. Let's see. From there, we got Blossom Seed of Life. This is a release date trailer. I didn't know what this was, and I think it kind of caught my attention because it's a little satisfactory-ish. You play as a little robot. There's a little thing talking about how like we weren't able to finish our mission, but we have this robot that hopefully will.
Okay.
You play as a little robot. You're on Mars. You're building the stuff, but your ultimate goal is to terraform Mars.
Oh.
So the stuff that you're building, it's like you're starting out by like kind of like redoing the atmosphere and stuff, but they have a kind of a cut in the trailer where it goes from kind of what you'd expect about the normal like systems set up in a build game to like, oh, now there's like grass.
Yeah,
and
we brought life back.
Yeah, and then eventually there's like animals and trees and shit. And so it looks like your goal is to repot or to create basically a new Earth on Mars. And I'm like, oh, that's
a fun idea.
It's a good idea. And it's got a very simple art style, but it's very functional. It looks like it's not going to be a problem to play.
Yeah.
So
that's really fun.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
March 9th is when that's coming out. So, all right. And then let's skip this one. We got the demo. We got a demo trailer for Last Man Sitting, which is an online multiplayer game where everybody's on office chairs. They're shooting like hordes and hordes of robots. With a bunch of different upgrades and stuff. So, which looks pretty fun.
It's pretty bonkers, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time we ever saw this, and I was like, what an insane idea. But that's the thing about games that I love, is that this is an insane idea that somebody put a lot of work into.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a new demo for it. You can check it out now. Oh, you know what? I was going to say this before, but I got too much in a hurry. I can't believe that I'm looking at this dumb Google Gemini thing. I'm looking at this dumb Roblox game thing, and they're making these idiot games, and nobody's making Bird Game yet. Make the actual Bird Game an actual game.
That's the one game they should be doing.
If it was made by AI, and if you could make Bird Game an actual game via AI, then like
might as well go for it.
Let's see. We got an announcement for a game called Skate Style. This seems like it's a game that's kind of trying to out skateboard skate. One of the things, like, it's very kind of realistic looking, but one of the things that I thought was really interesting that they showed in the trailer was that you can literally edit the animations of tricks that you're doing.
Oh.
So you can like pause the game and then you get like an animation editor with like keyframes where you can like change where the legs are at certain places.
Like, say for instance, like you're a guy who does it in a specific way. You wanted you to look the way you do it. That's kind of fun.
And then also there appears to be a big customization of the characters and the boards and all that different stuff.
This is definitely the only kind of game that can be done on probably a PC.
Yeah.
Because of that editor.
Also, the skateboarding seems slower. A lot slower than the sense of speed that you get out of some of the modern games. So I don't know. Maybe it is trying to be more realistic, but
yeah, because they're not hauling ass on them.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a demo out for that as well.
Interesting.
Good demos. The skateboarding game that I was interested in was a Nintendo Switch game called Skate Bums that's coming out pretty soon. And it is a side-scrolling skateboarding game kind of in the vein of Ollie Ollie.
Oh, okay.
Where you play as like a little, as a lady who's like trying to skateboard her way through a big town, and there's like coins and shit that you get. It looks like a pretty simple little kind of like platforming game with skateboarding.
And like, yeah, you could like the type of game that if the one wrong move, you'll fucking slam into something.
Yeah. It also looks pretty goofy. So you can kind of get a goofy aesthetic to it. So, but yeah, that's coming out on, I think it's on Switch February 19th. And I think that's the only place that it is, because I tried looking it up, but I didn't find a Steam page for it. So
that is interesting.
I don't know. And then almost last, that Besiege game, the game where you do the medieval, like you're setting up the medieval broken stuff. They're putting out a new expansion called Besiege: The Broken Beyond, where you're making your wooden ship go to space.
Oh my god!
And then you're like fighting other spaceships with your big, weird, physics-based, bolted together wood and barrels spaceship. Which, sure, okay,
yeah.
They already did like a submarine expansion and a bunch of other stuff. Why not go to space? Even though I'm still unsure how that was going to work.
I don't know either, but the power of wood, I guess.
Yeah. They have a part at the end of the trailer where the ship gets hit and it really just disintegrates into a million pieces. So coming out Q2 of this year.
Oh, that's fun.
And then finishing up with trailers. This is very weird. So Black Myth, the new Black Myth game is called Black Myth Zongqi or something like that.
Yeah.
They put out a 7-minute video that was like a Chinese New Year of the Horse thing.
Yeah, that's for people who don't know, that starts on the Tuesday after this is released.
Yeah. And in this video, there's a lady that's just making a monster stew.
Yeah.
And when I mean that, I mean like she's like taking pieces of monsters and cutting them up and then putting them in stew. That's all this thing is. It's 7 minutes of this lady in this kitchen chopping stuff up, getting various ingredients from different monsters, shooing out demons and dudes out of her kitchen.
I love it's called the New Year's special, by the way, as if this was like a special event television show.
I don't know if there's something that I'm missing here about what's going on here.
I think the idea is it's just showing off character models of like things you'll run into and probably fight.
Well,
because they probably don't have anything that's like fight animated wise.
Yeah, well, they did say that it was just a fun thing for fun, and that you should expect this to be this is not canon. I'm like, it's like a 7-minute video of a lady making a stew. How can it be canon or not canon?
Yeah, I think it's purely to show off the characters and the weird shit you can see throughout the game.
Yeah,
because that's the thing I like about game devs is that a lot of them are willing to just make weird shit with their character models. Like when they I think it was Insomniac and Sucker Punch and them were making memes.
Oh yeah,
using already famous memes using their character models, like Kratos throwing his a computer in a dumpster.
I think it was a Sony thing, because I thought they did that for Last of Us characters as well.
Yeah, it was just for some reason it was all Sony developers were doing it.
Yeah,
but it was all different ones. So it was like Naughty Dog doing it, Insomniac did it, so did the. Was it Santa Monica? Was the people who make God of War?
Yeah,
they did as well. So for some reason, all the Sony guys are doing it, and so yeah, the fact that you can do that, and I like the idea that more devs are just like, why don't we just fucking do that?
Yeah,
show off the game's look and everything.
It's a weird little animation. If anybody's interested, I recommend checking it out. At the end, that lady has a big old stew full of monsters, very dungeon meshy, very delicious and dungeon kind of coated. But then at the very end, it's like you've got this like after their little thing, there's a part where a guy brings in another guy that's like bound up and has a hood on his head, and then the lady brings out the stew bowl for him, and then the guy behind him goes to like take his bag off, and before you can see his face, it like cuts to black, so you don't know what's up. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I guess that's just the guy, maybe.
I don't know if there's a thing here that I'm not understanding, but sure, whatever.
What an interesting trailer.
Yep. And then let's finish it up. We already mentioned this, but there was a big Silent Hill thing. I'll probably get to that next week because I didn't have time to do it this week. Capcom has talked about how they're doing a small Monster Hunter update recently in the near future.
Oh, okay.
For the latest season. And then they're also doing another PC optimization run. And after that, they're kind of going off to do the big expansion for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Okay, that's not a bad thing to do. Yeah,
the rest of them have had a giant, new area, new guys, new everything.
World Tide Iceborne. Yeah. The last one, Rise, had Sunbreak was the name of it.
Yes.
So yeah, all of them for the most part since. I guess since Wilds or Worlds has been getting one.
Yeah,
because the other ones, they just became the G ranked ones, because that's all they're doing. They made the DLC the G rank versions, because most of the versions we got in America prior to Worlds was the second version of whatever the game was.
Right.
And so we would always get like the default one, and then there would be like the whatever G is what it was called.
Yeah,
and the only time that happened to us was Part 4, and even then I think they just made it a different game or something like that. So this is just their way of adding all the G ranks and stuff like that.
Yep, I appreciate them. I do appreciate them coming out to explain that that's what they're going to be doing, as opposed to like making the seasonal content.
Not a bad thing, yeah.
Let's see. We already found out that the Spider-Man 2 was on PS Plus, but there was a leak that said that also you're going to be getting Neva, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and then for PS4, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Venba, and a few other games. So, and if you're on Premium, you get Disney Pixar's WALL-E. WALL-E. There you go.
That's the game, not the movie, before you guys ask.
Let's see. Josef Fares came out and teased that they're working on their next game after Split Fiction.
I'm so happy that those games keep working out for them.
It was a cute thing where he came out and he put his hand out. He said, next game in the making, and it's got him, and he's got his arm out with a thumbs up, and it's in front of the faces of 3 mocap people, so you can't actually see who they are.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
That's really fun.
This guy's one of the most fun director or game devs out there.
He's incredible. The one he won fucking game of the year and he was drunk off his ass.
Yep.
I was like, I love you forever.
And then when he had to come back the next year to give out the game of the year next year.
I love him. He needs to win more game of the year is all I'm saying.
Yep. Let's see. Analog has put out a bunch of they have that N64 unit.
Oh yeah, we talked about these when they first were announcing them.
Yep. They're back with more nostalgia. They're putting out 5 new colors that are like see-through colors.
That was all the rage back in the day.
All of these were supposed to be N64 colors, but they didn't get all the way to production. So we knew that they existed, but they never got produced.
Oh.
So they're making those colors. It's like a lime green and a kind of a black purple and a light blue and a teal and then like an ice. And then 8-Bit Do is making controllers in those same colors.
I love that.
For all of them.
Good for them.
If you are interested in those, you should go check it out because they will sell out immediately.
100%.
Yep. The Valheim devs showed off a new thing called Begraved. Apparently, in their during their weekends, the Valheim devs have been making their own friend slot game where you are grave hunters that have to go down into these tombs to get stuff, and then the taxman comes. And you have to have enough stuff to pay the taxman or else he kills you. So kind of a pretty standard friend slot setup. We need a better name than that. I don't like that name, but
I don't like the name because it makes them sound bad.
Yeah.
I'd like to just call them the friend. Actually, I don't have a name for it either.
I need something else.
I need something else.
But yeah, it looks like they're throwing their hat in the ring. Well, there was one this week that came out called like Zap Zap or like Zip Zop or Zop Zop or something like that.
Couldn't tell you.
Where you were a bunch of little mages.
Wait, no, I don't know. I do know what you're talking about.
And then I guess next week, I think that roadside experiment thing where you plays the aliens with the things over their faces.
That was also pretty fun. I remember liking that a lot because you can draw the face on those.
Yeah. Oh, it's not on their front page anymore. So okay, well, whatever.
Interesting.
Heartopia has a big My Little Pony crossover. This is the new kind of Stardew Valley Animal Crossing thing that's out right now, one of 2, and they've got a new thing where you can get all the little outfits for the My Little Ponies and have friendship and magic.
Because the friendship is the magic.
Yep. Well, I was like, do they turn into the ponies?
See, that's what you know what? That's what we should call the friend slop games. Friendships as magic games.
Friendship as magic games. I think it's going to make a lot of people very confused.
Yes, 100%. That's my idea.
And let's finish up with a few fun things. It was announced. This is a lot of this is movie stuff. Jason Momoa is going to be in that Helldivers movie that Justin Lin is making.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I do too,
because he understands being dumb in something, and I think this is the type of movie that's needed in.
Well, plus his last movie with Justin Lin was Fast and Furious X, where he played the bad guy.
That's right.
And he was like the Joker. He was amazing, and I loved watching him. He was great. He was awesome.
Apparently, the last movie he made was pretty good with Bautista.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I heard fun things about it.
Okay.
Or fun things. I don't know if it's good, but I heard fun things about it. That's a better way of putting it.
We didn't really talk about it because there wasn't a lot to say about the Super Bowl, but one of the things was that there was a quick Mario Galaxy movie spot that showed the Mario brothers as the babies.
Yeah.
Which we hadn't seen before.
I think it's like a story thing. They probably get turned into babies.
There's a question about, do they get turned into babies by Kamek, or do they were they babies that were one time they went to the Mushroom Kingdom as babies, and then it's like where Yoshi knows them from. It does, though. It's where they find the big dinosaur, and it does show Yoshi running away with them, which is a callback to Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, he's got a super scoper.
Yeah,
a super scope in his hand.
He's running around with the babies on his back. So, but yeah, I don't know. We got some baby Marios in there too. Also, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this trailer? This teaser?
I did.
It's where little baby Mario plays the Mario theme on the T-Rex's teeth. It's a really fun thing. So, yep.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of trailers, amazing enough, during the Super Bowl.
I was going to look at them, and then I looked at what there was, and they were like, yeah, there was a shitload of AI trailers. I was like, no, thank you.
So many AI commercials.
And I was like, were there any movie trailers? And I was like, yes, there was one for the Mandalorian Grogu that was stupid, and then there was a Supergirl trailer that I watched without the sound on that seemed like it was everything I'd already, or mostly
it was
what
only
I've already
one
seen.
Section. It was the puppy crypto that hadn't happened yet.
Yeah,
that was it.
And then I was like
10 seconds.
Is there anything else?
It made sense why they did that, because apparently that premiered at the Puppy Bowl, actually.
Okay, yeah. That does make sense. So yeah. Did you see? Actually, we can veer off.
This I did see. Yes, I saw an image because people were making weird AI versions of it.
Well, yeah, there was some on-set photos of Sophie Turner as Lara Croft in the new Tomb Raider movie. This is not the iconic outfit, but it has her kind of just in an outdoor, sensible gear outfit that is not a tank top and red sunglasses.
The sort of things a person wears when they're out in the woods.
Now,
although it looks very similar to another outfit,
I will say that it doesn't scream. It doesn't have a lot of personality, this outfit. It just looks like sensible clothing more than anything else.
Here's the thing, Jeff.
Yeah,
it looks a lot like Snake's outfit from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh yeah, with the big neck thing. Yeah, if you just made
the
it all
shoulders
gray,
are.
you got the strapped guns to the leg. Nope. Yep. There it all is. Wow. Okay.
Because that's all I thought of when I first saw it.
Yeah,
like she's just stealing Snake's shit.
Yep. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
A lot of people made some weird fucking it should be better by giving her giant tits and no outfits type of thing.
Yeah,
so you people are.
I don't know, man. They already had the picture of her in the classic outfit. I thought she looked great in the classic outfit. So
I don't know. People are fucking weird. People want dead or alive physics in real life.
Whatever. Fucking those people are going to be really. Those people are going to be really disappointed when they go date real women.
Oh, 100%. Especially the women.
Yes. The women will be even more disappointed. I had something else, but I'm gonna pull an audible here, and I'm gonna say last but not least, Michael, did you see the Noir Spider-Man?
I did.
Trailer?
I watched the black and white teaser because there's two teasers.
So, what did you think?
It's stupid, but I find that interesting because it's Nick Cage going all Nick Cage.
Yep,
and I find that really fun.
I like the idea that with no power comes no with no responsibility, or with no power comes no responsibility. Is that what it says?
That's what it says, and then he has power, I guess, after that.
So, but here's the thing, Michael. I watched this and I was like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. I like what Nicolas Cage chewing up scenery, and it's kind of an interesting thing that I've never seen before. Do you know who the showrunner for this is?
I don't actually.
It's Orion Uziel.
Wait, why do I know that name?
Now, the reason you might know Orion Uziel is from such movies as Mortal Kombat and the Cloverfield Paradox. I didn't watch that, but
That's
lot
not
of
super great.
like a lot of fives in here. Freaks of Nature, Shimmer Lake, Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
Oh, forgot about that
The
one.
Lost City. What was the other thing in the upcoming? It's another like red flag. Fast Forever.
He's doing the Clue movie?
movie.
Oh, he wrote the 22 Jump Street. That's nice.
Yeah. He also did the Mortal Kombat Rebirth video, and I was like,
Okay, so
well,
this could go either way.
yeah, he's done some stuff. He's done some other stuff. I don't know, like.
He's going to be 50-50, but I'm more excited just to the fact that, you know, noir, like that Nicolas Cage is just having a lot of fun with it. And I'm just going to have a lot of fun just from that.
Right.
I feel because he's just going all in with the weird version.
He's complete fucking crazy person.
There was an interview I read with him where he's like, well, it's like 80% Humphrey Bogart and 20% Bugs Bunny was what he was going for, is what he said.
It's so weird that this is the thing from. We haven't even gotten into the Spider-Verse yet, but we got the fucking Spider-Man Noir Nick Cage Amazon series in both black and white and color. So
yeah,
there you go. I guess
I'm so stupidly excited for this nonsense.
Yeah,
and I'm a big fan of the original comics. I'm hoping it has a little of that sort of feel to it. Because the newer stuff became too more Indiana Jones like for the newer Spider-Man Noir stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping it keeps to the noir vibe more.
Okay,
which is one of the reasons I want to watch it in black and white. Because the comic wasn't in black and white, but it was very muted.
Well, but he was in black and white in the Spider-Verse. That's kind of how I think of him, because I don't know from anywhere else but there. So.
I would rather watch it that way because I think it just works better. Because even when I'm watching this color version of the trailer, because I didn't watch the color version of the trailer,
it looks cheaper, right?
It doesn't work the same way.
It looks cheaper. It looks like less good than it did in black and white. It's color graded okay, but like the black and white version just tied the whole room together. So
it really did. And even like his face when he's like kind of fucked up, it doesn't look as wonderful.
Yep.
But like you can tell some of the stuff more of what's going on, but I think the black and white is the way to go on this one.
Me too. And with that, we're gonna go call it a wrap. We went a little over, but when do we not? So a lot of stuff this week. Michael, tell the fine folks where they can find you when you're not over here watching Spider-Man trailers with me.
You can find me at OneOfUs.net. We do a lot of movie and television reviews. You can also find me on YouTube under Supermaniacs. It's a Superman podcast I do sometimes.
I'm kind of surprised that you don't have that when Supermaniacs went on hiatus, that you were like, all right, this is a Spider-Man podcast now. I'm just going to talk about Spider-Man every week. I don't even need a co-host. I'm just going to turn on the microphone and we're talking about Spider-Man for 45 minutes, unedited, and just put it on the internet. Fuck you.
I see. I'm not in charge of the YouTube channel, so I couldn't do that even if I wanted to.
Okay. You can just send your co-host 45-minute Spider-Man rants until he starts putting them up.
That's true.
The rants will continue until changes are made.
I did a rant recently about Return of the Sinister Six because somebody reminded me.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you guys remember the time Dr. Octopus sent a rocket into space that would kill anyone who used cocaine? That was a real thing that happened once.
I do not. Speaking of cocaine, patreon.com/RageSelect is where you can go if you want to help me get more cocaine. I'm just kidding. I don't actually do cocaine. That's why I always run out of steam at the end of every one of these podcasts, is because it's just coffee. And there's only some limits to that. But patreon.com/RageSelect is how we keep the site in business. So if you like the podcast, you want to keep hearing it, moving into the future, that's the way to go. Patreon's been a little bit down. Chances are, if you got all the way in here, you're probably already a patron. So thank you for being a supporter. But if not, maybe consider it. It's $5 a month. The Discord server has a bunch of cool people on it, and you get bonus videos every week. So, yep. And that's it. We're done. We're finally done. Now I can go back and build my fucking factory. I haven't been, the whole day I haven't been able to build my factory, but I'm going to build it now. God damn it.